All right, people. We're live. We're live. Nomads. Nomads. Roberto Duran, Nicholas Waters. One thing they have in common is Panama. Hey, so Scorsese here with Daniel, and I think we've got some other people coming in. Hakeem should be coming. So Scorsese, give us your point and give us your point or take on what you think.
What do I start? Where do you want me to start off?
Will you just give us your take on how you feel of Waters and situation?
First, let me say this. If my voice get loud on here, it's because I'm passionate about boxing. I'm passionate about my fighters. I don't have favorite fighters. I have a need to watch the best in the world fight each other. That is my need. I love that shit. And if I get loud on here, no hard feelings to nobody in the chat, no hard feelings to nobody on here. But my passion was bent over and raped last night. And my passion is hurt right now, okay? I'm hurt. And I don't respond to being hurt by being kind. I like to respond with the same kind of fire that was brought to me. So then if I scream, it's because the point just didn't make no damn sense I just heard. I blame politics for even giving us this fight. You cannot explain to me how somebody like Nicholas Waters can be inactive and then Rigo can be inactive, and they're two different sort of styles. You got Waters that's a killer, but you could justify both of these guys being inactive. You know, what if they just took Golovkin and made him inactive today? You know how many people would bitch and complain? I would too. Because they deserve to be in the ring. They deserve to be in the ring. And when they don't get in the ring, some people going to go to the fourth round thinking about politics beating them, not their opponent. Some people may take the ass whooping for as long as it takes. Other people may only take the ass whooping for 5 rounds. And I was begging Waters to just quit. I asked him to just quit. Or I asked Lomachenko to just knock him the fuck out during the 4th and 5th round, because I couldn't take no more. He was mentally beat. He was not taking advantage of the advantages that he had in the ring. He probably, see, another thing is the stamina of Waters has to be in question. So if he even pressed the action, maybe he would have been dead by the 5th round, because you haven't seen him in the ring. You saw a picture of when he was a fat ass before the fight.
That's true.
His stamina couldn't have been great. They gave us so much, this great fight. Name-wise, got so much built around. Top Rank failed. I don't care how much money they made. Fuck their money. My hardcore boxing analysis says you failed because you took your best fight and you made it a shit show. And there we go.
Hey, shit, you bring some real good points, man. Daniel, want to say anything?
Well, like I said, this is I've said this before, like right before Scorsese jumped on. He is going through like the 7 levels of grief, stages of grief when it comes to a fight. And we really can't really escape a lot of the business that goes on around it. We can have a little bit clarity after the fact, because last night everybody was pissed. Everybody was pissed that Waters quit the way he did. Even if it was pretty evident that it just wasn't his night. But yeah, you bring up the layoff. It's just one of my concerns when I picked Lomachenko in this fight before. It was the layoff. It was the fact that Waters really doesn't have the best discipline when it tries to make weight. And that added it. But at the end of the day, when you look at this fight, nowadays if you put this fight 10 times, Lomachenko's going to win 10 times. Mm-hmm. Because as much as we want to give credit to Waters for his punching power, Lomachenko's just better. We just have to give that. Lomachenko is just better than Waters at this point. He's shown enough where he has somebody who has as good of a right hand as Waters has him afraid to throw it. Now we can argue all day about whether or not like Top Rank did Walters dirty by only paying him $300,000 and paying Lomachenko $1 million, even though technically that's part of what one of the things that messed up was the way Lomachenko negotiated the deal with Top Rank. Or we can talk about the layoff. We can talk about the fact that Warriors Boxing interfered a little bit into it.
Let's talk about that Warriors Boxing. Let's talk about Warriors Boxing. What's your take on that? You were saying it earlier.
Okay. All right. Well, a lot of people don't know that Walters is co-promoted. He's signed to both Top Rank and Warriors Boxing. So he's co-promoted. And when this fight was originally supposed to happen, which is like around January or February, after the Uchiyama fight fell through for Walters, Warriors Boxing was still working with the PBC and Al Heyman. And so Warriors Boxing started telling Walters, they're not paying you what you're worth for this fight. They're not paying you the amount of money that you deserve for this fight. If Bob Arum doesn't want to pay you, you can always come hop over to the PBC and we'll pay you what you're worth. And that's one of the reasons why he laid off so much. But then like a couple of months later, Al Heyman and Warriors Boxing had a falling out. Like Warriors Boxing is based out of Chicago. Like I said, I do podcasts with Joe and Francis. They're based in Chicago, and they can pretty much tell you like Warriors Boxing has been pretty dormant, even in Chicago for a while, because they don't have the money that Al Heyman was giving them. So unfortunately, when that situation started happening, Warriors Boxing, they pretty much had no choice but to take the offer that Top Rank was giving them when it came to this fight, because it was a fight that both fighters wanted. Like, you remember, like in February or March, both of these guys were talking smack to each other about it, and both of them hyped up like, okay, the fight is done, we have signed, let's get it on. So it's obvious it's not like a corner of a fight where, you could only fight this guy. Both of these guys wanted to fight. But that's part of the business that screwed it up. Is it, like I said, is Warriors Boxing completely to blame? No. Bob Arum has some blame too, because he put the deal the way it was. But then, like I said, people want to say, well, why is Lomachenko paying $1 million? Lomachenko was asking literally for a king's ransom to just turn pro. Because he knew he was this tattered amateur, like he thought it was a once-in-a-generation fighter.
Yeah, once-in-a-generation. Like what the Rousey shit, yeah. Once in a generation fighter.
But
once in a generation fighter, and this is how
you gotta. At some point, you gotta write in the contract. If you want to be fast track and you want to lose, you got to be punished too. And that's what my thing is. Everybody else takes a loss, they get punished. That's bullshit. And we
we have to talk about Lomachenko in a certain way because, well, number one, he fought 7 fights under the World Series of Boxing. And there's still, for some mundane reason, a debate of whether or not that should be counted as his pro fight. Even though, if you're looking at the criteria, no headgear, and they're getting paid for it, it's a pro fight. So technically, Lomachenko was coming into Top Rank already with a record of 7-0, not 1-0. And Lomachenko was trying to sell with Top Rank. This is the way he tried to sell Top Rank. I'll sign with you if you give me a title shot immediately. He wanted to be the fighter that technically, on his first fight, got a world title.
And Bob Arum had a cum stain in his pants as soon as he said that, because he didn't write the contract and say, if you fucking fail, you're gonna go to the bench like everybody else. They paid him more in his next fight than the first fight he lost. And that's setting bad precedent for anything in boxing. And to Stuart Little in the chat, and to you, Daniel, that said that Lomachenko is just the best fighter. Like I said, this guy came off a year layoff, massive weight loss, and probably he got the outside foot advantage, which determines everything over and over again, but didn't trust his stamina or himself enough to throw. How can we say somebody's a better fighter? This is a shit show. This does nothing for either except for the final result. All I can do is just say, fuck it. No more. Stay on the pound for pound list. But like I said, the Russell win. He shouldn't even been in the fight. Gary Russell alluded to it. Asterisk by it. Roman Martinez, previously beaten by Salido, robbed him. Asterisk by it. Nicholas Walters, year layoff. Weight drop. Asterisk by it. Look, please, Top Rank. I want to praise this dude. But if you go 4 asterisks in a row, I'm just going to continue counting the damn asterisks. Simple as that. I mean, we can talk Warriors boxing, we can talk all that, but that gives so many leeways and excuses for somebody to step in and just say, oh, this problem. And put it on the head, people. Top Rank is the man. They the man. If Al Heyman had problems with shoestring promotions, nobody be saying, but oh, it was shoestring promotions' fault. They'd be pointing to fucking Al Heyman. And we need to do the same with Bob Arum. These men, this is his best fight in his whole stable, and he turned it to a great fight to a shit show. I don't care what the amateur record said. The styles, the tape I put out on my channel, it shows the footage that this fight should have been competitive, but you cannot go in here fighting great fighters on year layoffs. It didn't work for Shane Mosley. Nalta said it worked for Sugar Ray versus Marvin Hagler, and then I said it didn't work for Ali versus Frazier. It works every now and then, but we want to see even fights. Don't give us the good shit and then make us have to scramble through and say, but pick it apart. We like the boxers in the late rounds. You initially come on strong with the pressure, give us the big fight, but we pick you apart late because we see all the real bullshit that went on. And this fight should be picked apart. But put him on the pound for pound list. Yes, he's skilled. Nobody else probably would have did Walters like that. I'm not sure. But I know one man probably wasn't sure of his stamina, period. And therefore, he's not going to get it on. What on earth is Scorsese talking about? Stuart Little, you know you're not going to be fair in this. But I want to ask you, Stuart Little, if Lomachenko been out for 4 years and it looked like he wouldn't even shoot his load at Walters, would you not be mad at that shit? I would be. If you wouldn't be, you can't talk to me. You ain't a fucking boxing fan. You're just some damn body out here playing this race shit. And I don't do that.
Oh,
well,
that one, yeah.
If Lomachenko took a year layoff and if Lomachenko took a year layoff and Walters beat Lomachenko the same way he lost last night, I'd have the same mentality. Walters would have been a levels beyond better fighter, would have won 10 out of 10 times. It does not change the fact that Lomachenko whooped on him and he quit. Walters quit. It wasn't like Walters wasn't competitive. You can give the first 3 rounds all to Walters if you really want to. It wasn't like the fight was not competitive. After round 3, he got that ass whooped. That's simply what happened. So you can't say this. It's not like he went in there and got blown out in 4 rounds. He had competitive first 3 rounds. You can even call some rounds after it a little bit competitive. What ended up happening was he was not able.
He did get blew out. He lost every round on every.
No, he didn't get blew out. No,
every card.
I don't know who gave every. I didn't give Walter. I didn't give Lomachenko every round. Neither did Daniel.
That's Scorsese. Scorsese. Didn't I have Walters up 2-1 at the end of round 3?
You did.
I didn't. He lost the round. He didn't shoot his load. He could have been, but he didn't shoot his load. He let Loma steal every round.
Lomachenko wasn't landing anything. Lomachenko was hitting his arms in his gloves.
No.
He's hitting his gloves, but
left hand. Lomachenko's landing straight left hand. He won.
No, he started landing it after round 4. That's the thing, because Lomachenko adjusted.
Nah, he landed.
He decided to adjust his.
He landed all night. He won every round. Everybody on Twitter is 7-0, except for one judge gave Walters the 4th round. This guy lost every round. And how can
that's the judge's perception?
One quick question. How can you just said activity of a fighter being active? That does not matter. That's what you just said.
No, I say in this scenario, if I'm saying that activity did not play a role in the way he lost, he was going to lose regardless. Is what I'm getting back to. Whether or not being more competitive doesn't matter because he still would have lost in my eyes. 50-50 fight to me.
Floyd Mayweather. Let me criticize Floyd Mayweather. How come you don't like Floyd? Let me criticize Floyd.
I don't like him as a person.
Floyd Mayweather took a year layoff or longer too for Marquez, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
did. He took about 2 years off, almost 2
And
years.
he didn't fight one of D belts welterweight. That would have been like Walters bringing up 126 pounder, or no, 122 pounder, and saying, okay, I had a year layoff, give me 122 pounder. That's pretty good. And he would have got off. But when you fighting on your same level, you don't take these layoffs. I'll dare somebody to give me the last time somebody took a beautiful layoff and won a big fight in their division.
Well,
wasn't
Come
on with
Mayweather's
Chat.
wasn't
Come
Mayweather's
on,
layoff
Chad.
against Juan Manuel Marquez? Even
Yes.
though that fight has a humongous asterisk on it.
He
A
chose, he,
That's
he,
humongous
what I'm just
asterisk.
saying. That's what I'm
no,
just saying.
no, actually, he chose to retire. I think he chose to retire. That wasn't a layoff. I think he retired. He actually
Yeah,
said
but
he retired.
the point is he
He was
was
a year
not.
layoff before he fought Marquez, I think, wasn't it?
No, it's not a layoff. Layoff is when you're not fighting, when you want to fight. Floyd said he didn't want to fight no more. That's not the
But I mean, we're talking about just an absence amount of time in which individual did not step in the ring.
No, it's different. The absence is different. We're talking about a guy who wants to fight and has been forced on the inactive show.
I asked the question.
Okay, Andre Ward.
I asked the question. Just anybody being off, just any time period off for any reason. Activity matters to me. Period.
Yeah.
Does activity? I'm not saying activity does not matter. I would never say that. What I'm saying is, in this scenario, even if he had activity, Walters was going to lose that night. He did not have the talent to get it done. If you look at it when he was active, fighting Donaire.
Hakeem, how much does stamina matter? How much does stamina matter in fighting?
He didn't lose because of stamina, though. That's not why he lost.
No. Question. That's not the question. Let me break it down to me. Just tell me, how much does it matter?
In boxing, stamina is the reason why most people cannot be boxers.
Okay, all right. My thing is this. If I had your mentality at first, I said he's a pressure fighter. He's not going to need activity. He's going to bring it. But then when you think about it, I was wrong, because a pressure fighter needs hella stamina to do what they do. If you've been inactive and you having big weight drops, you're probably not going to have stamina. And that's probably why he didn't shoot his load. So to say he gave you the best of him last night is just a total understatement. There's no way he gave you the best of him last night. He got in range, didn't let his hands go time and time and time again. Period. He looked for one shot. He took the money and he ran.
So you're saying the reason he did not shoot was because of stamina? I'm going to disagree with that altogether.
Okay, so if he would have went all out and got to round 7 after all this,
he wouldn't have made it to round 7.
That's ridiculous. That you
no,
even
it's not ridiculous. He
like
would not have made it to round
That's
7 if he
would. Ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous. You view it that way.
Round 12,
you view it that way. He would not have made it to round 7.
Oh my
he would not have made it to round 7.
So
if he that, why do you think he
why
was?
Did Toledo make it to round 12?
Why do you think?
Let me ask
you a question. Why was if Walters? How was Walters fighting?
Who did Lomachenko ever knock out on the back foot? Who did Lomachenko ever knock out on the back foot? Don't tell me what you think. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you saw.
Your fighter just got TKO'd last night, so you don't have much ground on that.
That's not my fighter. That's not my fighter.
Okay, well, the person you believed was going to win, I don't know. Maybe you didn't think. Maybe you thought he had a chance to win.
No, I said he wins if he comes forward. I said he wins if he comes forward. If he boxes with the boxer, he gets his ass kicked and he'll deserve it.
I don't think you understand. Walters' defense is not very good. Last night it was very good.
Your ass don't
he
know
would
shit
not
about
have made
boxing,
it.
Man.
I'm perfectly fine. You want to get emotional. That's your choice to get emotional.
Don't know shit about boxing.
But you can say what you want. I mean, that's your personal opinion. But don't ask me a question and then don't like my opinion.
One of the best defensive inside fighters don't have no defense. That shit is insulting. This dude has
he doesn't. He's not one of the best neither. Jason Sosa proved that shit. So get out of here with that. He's not the best defensive fighter. Get the fuck out of here with that.
What did you want? Nobody get touched ever? You don't want nobody to get touched?
No, I don't believe that at all. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. No.
How can you not like Floyd Mayweather as a fighter? Then people get touched. You say, "Oh, they got no defense." Ha ha ha. You make
I said
no
I
sense.
don't like him. Wait. First off, I said I don't like him as a person. That had nothing to do with his skills in the ring. I've never said he wasn't a legendary fighter. I've never said shit one time. So what are you alluding to?
Hakeem,
this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You're taking my words out of context and trying to use them against me, but it doesn't work because you said I don't like Floyd. I said I don't like Floyd as a person.
Man. You making yourself look ridiculous in your boxing knowledge right now, saying Nicholas Walters has no defense.
What did I say about Floyd? What I say?
No, no. It's true. He said he didn't like him as a person. I don't like Floyd as a person.
Okay,
I respect him as a fighter, but I find him despicable as a person.
Hey, please send Stuart Little a link. He said he wants to school me on air. Bring his ass on here, please.
I'll send him. I'll actually add him to the thing. I'll add him to the thing.
Get your ass on here.
Okay,
I don't
back
run from
to
that
what
racist shit.
I
Like
was saying,
I don't run
because-
from that racist shit like some of these LGBT people. Bring your
Don't
racist
even
ass
get
on
in-
here.
No,
Bring
leave
your ass.
that as it is. That's not needed. But back to what I was saying. It doesn't matter the activity or not. He would not have won that night. Like I said, Walters to me fought competitive up until the 4th round.
No, he didn't.
I didn't get to see all of round 1 because
you're lying to yourself to
finish?
prove your point.
No, I'm
You're
not
lying
lying.
to yourself to prove a point.
Can
If
I
you
talk?
saw competitiveness, what were you
Scorsese.
watching?
Scorsese, can I talk?
It's hard to let you, but go, man.
Okay,
Shit.
thank you. I appreciate that. Daniel, when I scored the fight, did you believe I scored that fight extremely fair based on my scoring?
Yeah. Let's go through the night. Like you had round 3 up in the air because
And I gave
it was
to
pretty
Walters.
even.
Yeah.
I gave it to Walters just because of the fact I saw him actually started landing body shots in that round.
Mm-hmm. And so,
But
I didn't get to remember I said I couldn't judge round 1 because my
Round 3
stream
was
cut out.
close. Round 3
So I
was
couldn't-
close. I actually tweeted that
Round
was
2,
close.
Walters
but
definitely
no
won
one
round
scored
2.
it. No, he
Round
didn't.
2 was
Nah.
Walters' most solid round. He definitely won round 2. Without a
no.
shadow of a doubt.
The body shots, yeah.
yeah,
No,
he
not
didn't
the
win.
body
He
shots.
didn't
He had
win
face
any
shots
round.
too.
EJ,
Lomachenko took.
they are in the
This is not what happened. Ended up happening
minority
was.
as fuck when they say
Let
one
me go back
round.
to round 2. What Walters was successful. Walters was successful fighting the way he was. He had a high guard. Lomachenko kept throwing those. This one thing I hate about Lomachenko. He throws all these glove punches to think they're gonna blind the fighter and hit him over the side, which ended up working later on. But he does that same thing. It's like all this nitty. I don't know what the hell it is. It's just a waste of arm movement. He's just doing arm punches over and over, and then he wants to do a real jab. Walters would pretty much just have hit his gloves, and then from there'd be a lapse of time where eventually he would deal with that, and then he would just do a jab over the top of Lomachenko and smack right in the face. He did it a couple times. Actually, throughout the fight, he did it a couple times, but it wasn't like it was enough where you could say, okay, I'm gonna get the round to him. But in round 2 and 3, when Lomachenko wasn't really landing anything, those were definitely Walter rounds to me. I'm not gonna give you rounds because you throw a lot of punches, but you hit arms, elbows, and knees or whatever. I'm not gonna give you a round for that. I'm gonna give you a round, but who lands effective, clean shots. Walters had clean shots in round 2, and Walters had clean shots in round 3. And round 4 is when Lomachenko turned it up, and Walters didn't have a chance to punch back because he wanted to play defense more than he wanted to play offense. Because as soon as he put his hands down, or he wanted to punch more, he was getting smacked by 100 punches. I'm sorry, he was having 100 punches thrown at him, so he didn't want to get hit in the face. That's what kept his hands in his pocket. He did not want to get hit.
And then let me say this also, because remember, I do remember Hakeem saying he wasn't able to score the first round. The first round, Lomachenko showed that he could just spin Walters around whenever he wanted to with the footwork. That was also my main concern with Lomachenko was Walters, because even Walters in a mean position, I knew footwork-wise, Lomachenko had him beat by leaps and bounds.
And that didn't happen, though. That ain't what beat him.
That dude, he spun him like a turnstile in the first round.
And that's not when he was effective. He was effective when he boxed in front of him. His angles were not the effective part. Walters knew the movements. The angle, it was Lomachenko in front of him, walking him back, beating him. Nothing else.
Walters didn't know what to do. That's what happened. He had no clue what to do. When Lomachenko started bouncing side to side, and Walters was like trying to judge, he was like trying to move his body, trying to block one punch. You think it's coming, and the other side it's about to come again from a different angle. Eventually, it got to Walters.
Did it well in the first round. If he did it well in the first round, but not the 5th round, that probably tells you mental something and maybe stamina of a laid-out fighter. It takes defense to sit down. It takes stamina to sit down on your legs and move. That shit hurts, man. That shit hurts your legs.
Do you know why Bradley always loses to Pacquiao? Why he always loses?
This is about Walters.
No, it's the same situation. It's the same situation. It's the mental pressure of someone throwing punches nonstop. Some fighters can deal with it. Some cannot. And that's why when round 4 came around, Walter's defense turned to shit.
Bradley's get fights. He has no excuse. He had 3 shots. Walters has no fights. He's dealing with a dude who has good legs. That's basically the same size as him fight night. They were both 135 or 135 pounders fight night. And while he knew the angles, I seen him not being hit on angles. He was getting walked backwards. He lost every round in the last 15 seconds because Lomachenko turned it up then and he had no answer. And Lomachenko was even throughout the round, right in front of his face. Walters was supposed to come forward. He refused to. And when he did come forward, he got the outside foot and he didn't let his damn hands go. He didn't keep coming.
No, because Lomachenko, because he already knew in the first round that Lomachenko could spin him like a turnstile. This is the thing about it. You can this goes in whoa, Scorsese, let me finish. This goes into actually in all levels of athletics where you can see something happening, but you can't do anything about it.
Whoa.
Because that person is just that better than you. That's what happened last night. Walters could have seen it, but Lomachenko was just that much better than him, and he wasn't able to do anything about it.
Daniel, he took a left step and he had his whole left knee behind Lomachenko's front foot. Don't talk to me about Lomachenko's footwork. He gave up outside foot position. He had nowhere to go but to his right. Nicholas Walters got there and was right there. Lomachenko's no fucking god. He's a Lomachenko. He's nothing but a boxer like everybody else. He does great shit in the ring. He fucks up in the ring like everybody else. What you say, EJ?
No, keep talking, guys. Keep talking, guys.
Okay. He's like everybody else. If you give up inside position, you're going to go back off balance. The man went back off balance. Walters did not fire shots, and there's no other excuse other than that. This ain't, I was looking at a guy. He was too good. He was too great. People punch Floyd Mayweather when he going back. You think he just ain't as good as Lomachenko? Walters had nothing to do that. Look, he didn't shoot his load, and that's the problem. Lomachenko's asterisk is, hey, you got to do fighting with no recent fights. We don't know anything about his stamina, anything about his training. We don't hear from him in the offseason. You just beat a shell of a person. Simple.
Yo,
PNC, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, man? When y'all get started?
Like 20 minutes ago, I think.
Oh yeah, man. This dude just left a comment. He called Walters a bitch.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, he said Walter's a bitch. Yo, but yeah, man. What's it? Who's it? Scorsese?
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I started thinking about that because I was thinking like, man, what if Lomachenko circles him all night and bust him up, maybe like cut his eye or something like that? Well, Walter's quick because you know what I'm saying. We ain't never seen him in no situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Ward getting knocked down because Ward been knocked down at least. What now twice he's got back up to win, so we ain't never seen him in no situation like that. Yeah, man, it was terrible, man, because you got Deontay Wilder gets no credit, man. He comes into the ring injured and wins, busts the dude up a heavyweight with a jab, and he gets no credit, man. Everybody shits on Wilder, you know what I'm saying? But and then you got who else you got? Arturo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? You got
yeah, but they weren't fighting Lomachenko though. They wasn't fighting Lomachenko.
Hold on. Check this out. They're gonna call Angulo a quitter. Angulo eye about to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Angulo and Dennis Lebedev, they eye popping out of their socket, and people gonna get on them for for them looking out for themselves and stuff like that. This dude didn't have no eye popping out of his socket, no hand injury, no shoulder injury. And even if he did have a shoulder injury, hell, Eddie Chambers arguably beat Tomas Adamek with a shoulder injury. And I'm like, come on, man. We seen dudes like prevail and push through this. And this dude, he got slapped up in the 6th and the 7th round. He got schooled a bit. And then he just quits, man. So I was like, man, I can't even roll out with this dude no more. I was like, man, that was terrible.
I was asking him to quit. I was begging him to quit because he wasn't. Why be in there doing nothing and waste my time watching 5 more rounds? I'm glad he quit. I was fucking happy he quit. I was happy he finally quit because if you're not going to use your advantages, if you're going to worry about your stamina and shit instead of worry about winning the fight and worry about politics in the ring, just fucking quit. Get out of there. We don't want to see 5 more rounds. Thank you.
Oh wait, we got Spencer in the audience. How you doing, Spence?
What you say, man? How you doing?
Man.
They say round one was
All right.
competitive. Anybody that think Lomachenko didn't win round one with the new people coming, did Lomachenko not win every round, people? New
Hey,
people.
Scorsese, that's cool. That's cool. Let me hear what Spencer, because Spencer's got limited time. Spencer, give us your take on the fight, bro?
Yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, no one turn around and say it wasn't a good fight. It was a good fight for one round. And then, look, I'm telling you this now. If you look on the fight, and we have to be real, Lomachenko's good, yes. Is he this matrixy kind of guy that they're trying to say that he is? No, he isn't. But he must have something he broke the will of Nicholas Waters. And Nicholas Waters quit. And then the worst thing is you could hear him say, no, I'm done. So I don't want to hear no excuses about, Bob Arum and this and that and all the rest of it. He quit the fight. Do you understand? That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Nothing more, nothing less. He quit.
Yo, look at Ben Hall. Look at Ben Hall versus Carson Jones. Ben Hall, if anything, he should have damn quit or even taken a knee or something like that. He got whipped for an extra 3 rounds.
Was
You know
any of them on a year layoff? Was any of them on a year layoff?
No, I'm just saying.
They, hold on. One more thing. This fight was announced basically 2 months before it happened. Like, he was not training prior to this. He was fat as shit. We seen the pictures. So I do blame some of those people, but I do blame him for quitting too, though. Like, he shouldn't have took the damn fight. I can't say
it's
shit.
okay,
Let me ask you a question. If you're someone who has limited chances and you're a boxer, you should be on your A game every day of the year.
Right.
You don't have to be in perfect shape. No, I'm not saying you don't have to be 20 pounds or I'm not saying you don't have to be that either, but you should still be ready at all times, at least enough to where someone says, hey, you need to fight in 2 months. Like, okay, 2 months is good time. I'm good.
Right.
I got to go and get a training camp going. I'm good.
I can push back against that.
You're a warrior. These guys are warriors. Ain't no part-time, boxing or something like that. You're a warrior. You go in there, you going into combat. You know what I'm saying? Mind, body, and spirit.
Y'all letting this be okay for the politics to continue to do this. I'm just letting y'all know.
But I'm not giving excuses to a professional.
Y'all letting this be okay for the politics to continue sitting great fighters on the damn bench.
But that's the point. That's the point, Scorsese. No, Scorsese. That's the point, though. It's the point. This is your job too. You should be. It's
the promoter's fucking job to get them in the ring.
But it's your fault. You should be ready all the time.
That shit
This is nothing new. Promoters have been shitty forever. This isn't something that happened just yesterday.
You know what's new? Fans coming on YouTube and saying, yes, politics of boxing, beat the fighter.
That's your opinion, though. You're pushing your opinion on others. You can have that opinion. That's fine, but he's still a professional.
Y'all should get politics of boxing shirts.
Hold on,
y'all should get politics, baby.
Yo, man, Brian Jennings ain't been in the ring for almost 2 years. Where he at? He in a Preparedness camp training. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. But that's the thing, Scorsese. It's not a fun. I know where you're coming from. Where you're saying it costs money to train,
when did anybody say training was a fight? When did anybody say training gonna get you ready for a fight without actually being?
Not even training. It's just mainly discipline. It's one of the things that Bernard Hopkins has done to a science. It's one of the things that Bernard Hopkins has learned to a science. He is disciplined enough to do everything that he has to do to prepare to fight every day of his life. That's what he does.
When wasn't he active?
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wait.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Training is fighting. Training is fighting now.
Didn't Hopkins
training camps and staying prepared is not the same.
Are you serious right now?
Training camps and staying prepared is not the same thing, bro. You want to go in training camp, you want to have an end to that training camp, a fucking fight. You want to take a break, go back to training, then go into training camp and go back into a fight and do it again. You don't want to
check this out.
No. Then what is Triple G doing? What is Triple G doing right now? He's going through a training camp with no fight because he knows he has to be disciplined enough to be ready for a fight.
Who said he's training camp? Who said he's going to training camp, or is he just in training? He just in the gym.
No.
You know his way.
He literally, him and Abel Sanchez said, we are doing a training camp.
I don't give a shit about what Abel Sanchez said no more.
Come come on, man. You just making up excuses because Walters ain't doing nothing different than what everybody else been doing. I mean, look at Bermain Stavern.
This man
He
knocked out
probably been
Nonito.
fighting
This
once a
man
year.
knocked out Nonito Donaire on his
Yo,
face.
what
This
about
man
Floyd
came back
Mayweather?
and got a draw in a fight he won. This shit was stacked against him to say, look, I'm taking your confidence from you with this draw. Now get the
Man, you
fuck
just
out of
making
here.
up stuff, man.
Yeah, but hold up, one second there.
Let me
Just
ask
coming
you a
up with
question.
excuses
What
for
was
dudes
Andre
quitting.
Ward doing in his layoff?
Listen, we
Right,
yeah,
thank you.
listen, we cannot blame.
Exactly.
Ain't that the guy?
Hey, one minute. Let's Spencer. One
5
piece.
years?
Right, Spencer.
Come on,
Spencer.
man. What
Did
you-
Andre Ward come right back into a fight versus Sergey Kovalev? Fuck no.
Hey, listen
Fuck
to
no.
Parliament. Hey, Scorsese, listen to Parliament Caesar. First off, PMC, then Spencer. Go ahead, PMC.
No, I'm just saying, man. He coming up with all these excuses. All these other fighters you can have come in right out the street, you know, on 2 5 week notice and getting a win. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just tired of all these excuses, man. Because you got guys that do it. Andre Ward, yeah, he been off for 8 months or whatever like that. You got Keith Thurman. He's gonna be coming into the ring versus Danny Garcia with almost a year layoff and stuff like that. So I mean, if Keith Thurman loses, I mean, come on now. We're gonna start using that excuse like he was off for 9, 12 months and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of these guys, they be dropping a lot of fights. The promoters be trying to get them to fight. Like, oh, I don't want this one. I'll wait for another one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear all those excuses, man. He had plenty of time to train and stuff like that. He had a whole damn year. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And then he could have taken that money. Look, he was getting the same money pretty much because it didn't turn. It turned out he got the same money, $500,000. He could have taken that money a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta think about it.
The PNC stands for
Nobody even know who
politics.
he is, man. All those wins that he got.
The PNC stands for
on the
politics.
undercard somewhere.
Politics.
Hey, PMC, that's it. Hey, Spencer, go ahead, Spencer.
All right, listen, gentlemen, this is what I've got to say to you, right? Huh? Well, I've got to say,
Go ahead.
what happened with Nicholas Waters is a thing that happens in the game all the time. Now, you have to understand, you have the promoters. Now, you guys are in America, so you have to know the ratio of the people that are going to buy the tickets predominantly, right, are going to be in the favor of people who they can affiliate with and they can find favoritism in. You can look on Lomachenko. He's not an ugly right? He's not an ugly looking dude, and give him his dues. The guy can fight. He had 300 odd amateur fights. The guy can fight. He's well accomplished. He's a very well schooled guy. And now in hindsight, we look back on the Salido fight, and we say to ourselves, you know, that was a little bit early, the second fight. But Nicholas Waters is still looking for gratitude from people that don't favor him. So he's begging for things. When he's seeing things happen, well, how comes Lomachenko's getting all these fights? And how comes everything else? And he's saying that things are being stacked against me so much. Things can only be stacked against you if you accept them to be stacked against you. And what we saw yesterday, a man go in the ring, and I'm of Jamaican descent as well, so more than anyone, it cut me deep to see him go out like the way that he did, right? And he took it onto himself not to fight to the best of his abilities. He took it. Let me tell you this. Nicholas Waters is a puncher. Why is he throwing single shots at a guy like Lomachenko? Why is he not targeting the body with body attacks? And there was times, you watch round 5, there was times when they were up close, and he hit him with one shot, and he threw a very good right uppercut. Why did he continue throwing more punches? Reason why is because being broken down, and it's also got a lot to do with the slave mentality that he has. Him and his father, and he's not real. I'm telling you, I'm a reservation about Nicholas Waters before, but I was just kept on saying to myself, nah, he's gonna do it, he's gonna knock him out. You know what I mean? Lomachenko's all hype. Lomachenko didn't look fantastic last night. Nicholas Waters just didn't do anything. And that's the bottom line.
Right.
And we can't talk about Lomachenko not looking good anymore because people are gonna say that I'm just hating on Lomachenko. So when I'm on my show next week and I'm saying, well, Lomachenko didn't look that good, they're going to kill me. So I've got to sing the praise of Lomachenko, knowing that Nicholas Waters did nothing. He quit, and that's disgraceful because there was nothing wrong with him.
Nope.
I tell you this, I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem letting somebody tell me I'm not in the go with everybody else. But first, PNC, that P in PNC, I hope it don't stand for something to do with boxing politics. Because man, Spencer just told you the cards stacked against one guy, stacked for one guy. But the facts in America tells you this: the TV ratings that they do are the same. The number of people they put up in that theater in the Madison Square Garden was the same. They all needed Verdejo to sell. They needed Puerto Ricans. It was nothing to do with them. So I agree there. He was at the bottom, but most people handle something differently. If he doesn't have the mentality of everybody else, that's on him. I blame that on him. But it's not okay for politics to pick a motherfucker and say you deal with this and the other man gonna be a smooth sailing. That's my problem right there. I'm a fair boxing
So
fan.
what you talking
Fair
about?
deal. Hold on, let me speak. Hold on.
That made
Hold
no
on.
sense to me.
Let's go say something supreme. He's talking about the layoff. He's talking about the layoff. They unfortunately made him stay out for a year. That's what Scorsese's talking about. Go ahead, Scorsese.
I can't agree with nobody. I can't agree with nobody who's going to tell me. I can't agree with nobody that's going to tell me it's okay to sit a fighter like Nicholas Walters on the bench. I can't agree with nobody to say that we saw who the better man was last night because the mentality of one man was saying, man, I lost weight. I'm not in my best shape. I'm not going to shoot. I'll let you speak, PNC. Go ahead. Matter of fact, go ahead. Let the boxing fans know more about this craziness you about to say. Go ahead. They on your side. Because what Spencer told you. They want Lomachenko to win. Go ahead. Play to him.
For one, I was rooting for Walters. For one, as far as this
Now
whole thing
you
about him
can't tell
sitting
the
on the
truth
shelf,
about the fight.
as far as this whole thing about him sitting on the shelf, can I finish?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but as far as this whole thing about him sitting on the shelf, he was all for the contract. For one, he ain't got no fan base. All those wins he got.
Where's Loma's fan base? You are okaying what Lomo doesn't have to what Walters doesn't have. That's my problem. I will prove to you the TV numbers are the same, bruh. They don't have no fan base. They came to him. They gave him a slap in the face offer. Why would you finish something you wrong on when I'm trying to give you the facts on it?
Dude,
why would you do that?
Come on, Scorsese. Come on. Let him finish.
When I was trying to finish, he jumped right in. When I was trying to finish, he jumped right in. When I was trying to finish, he jumped right in, and he jumped right in with a lie. If he would have jumped right in with something valid, I would have set my ass back, man.
You said it was okay. You said it was okay. So don't interrupt now. Go ahead, PMC. Go ahead.
Slave mentality.
So all this yelling and stuff like that. Yo, this dude.
Hey, comment, Spencer. Let's take 15 minutes. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me make one point. Hold on. This dude could have signed his contract and gotten this fight over with a long time ago. He didn't want to do that. Okay, for one, he lost.
Be the B side because you're the black.
Can I finish, man? Damn, man. Shit, I see why people don't want to be bothered with you, man. Cause you whack like that, man. Let me finish. You ain't even let me finish.
Be the B side because you the black Negro. Cause PNC okays it, and every other boxing fan.
You whack with that weak stuff, bro. Now what did you just say about me, man?
Hey, go ahead, finish your point.
I said be the B side because you are the Negro.
You're gonna keep muting. Hey, Scorsese.
Yeah, man. He's on some fucking.
Bro, you're getting out of pocket. You're getting out of pocket. Yeah, we're just talking boxing.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
y'all I don't appreciate that tackling me personally and stuff like that.
That's no personal attacks, man.
I didn't attack you. I said be the B side. Let me say what I said. Because I didn't attack him.
Sir, I do not make personal attacks towards you, even though I have. I reserve my personal feelings and stuff like that. I don't make personal attacks towards you, okay, bro?
All right, go ahead, Pipsy. Finish what you said, bro. Go ahead,
all due respect. Okay?
Yeah, you go. Thanks.
Respect, so, we just try to keep this boxing, but you ain't kind of come at me like that, bro.
I didn't come at you. Go, make your point.
Let's go. Let him finish his point. Go ahead, Pipsy. Finish your point, yeah? Go ahead. Everyone's there.
They were supposed to have this fight a while ago, right? This at 126 pounds. What had happened? Walters lost his belt on the scale. That shows a lack of discipline right there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make that weight excuse and all this other stuff. You've been laid off for a year because we already did that because he's supposed to be on holidays and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He gained all his weight and he couldn't defend his belt versus Miguel Marriott because Lomachenko I think he wanted to make a unification belt or something like that, but he said he wanted to fight for a belt. So Nicholas Walters, he lost his belt on the scale, so the fight didn't happen. And not only that, he was wanting more money. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's on him, man. He should have never lost that belt, or else it could have been a fight at 126 pounds. But Lomo said, man, I don't want that. I want to fight for a belt. So he said, man, shoot, later. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, as far as the money, it turns out he got the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? The dude didn't get 300,000. He got 500,000. That came out later. Hours before the fight. So you know what I'm saying, man? You just gotta take care of your business at the end of the day. Promote yourself. The dude probably doesn't have the greatest corner. I mean, his father's training him. You know what I'm saying? Lomo's father, I guess, schooled him up. His father was reading books and stuff like that. Taught him from since he was a little pup, how to box and stuff like that. So I mean, so what's Walter's excuse and stuff like that? It's a bunch of excuses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what's his name was saying, like the slave mentality and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta get out of that, man. Now he's out of his contract. He's out of his contract. Maybe he can do something for himself. But as far as him making all these excuses.
Where's PMC gone?
EJ, you didn't
I
never.
think PNC may have lost connection.
EJ, you never muted this dude when he was jumping through me. You never done that.
Let me before everyone starts, yeah. Right? We're just talking boxing thing. No person.
I did too, but you muted me and you didn't let me speak.
Let me finish what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying to you, bro. When you're talking, yeah, you said to me, it's okay if you want to interrupt you, and you were still talking, you go ahead and interrupt it. Then at that point, yeah, he was talking, and he interrupts you. Well,
your mic messing up, bro. Your mic messing up.
All right, we're gonna have to come back in a bit. Yeah. If you guys can hear me, I'll come back in a sec. Yeah. But all I'm saying to you, you guys need to be respectful. I'll come back in a sec. Go, hey,
Mike, cool.
It's cool now, yeah. All I'm saying to you, yeah, is that when someone's talking, like, if you don't want to interrupt, then I'll mute the other person and let the other person finish his point, and then the other person can come after. So what I'm saying to you, I ain't picking on no one individually. Yeah. I'm just trying to be clear.
But I was speaking and I continued to hear him go, and I just said, "Fuck it, PNC, go." I didn't see him muted no time during that. No time during that.
At that point, I wasn't making no one. At that point, I wasn't muting no one. It was just getting out of hand. What I'm saying is that. Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
Yo, man.
I'm saying
this, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, finish this.
I don't know where I left off at, but man, I just ended at this, man. Look, man, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, this as far as the whole mental thing and stuff like that, no excuses. Floyd Mayweather been through some kind of controversy, all the decks stacked against him. All the we got Letterman, Lampley, all those guys talking against him and stuff like that. It's the thing was he was supposed to fight at 126. It didn't happen because he showed a lack of discipline. He lost his belt on the scale. Lomo said, "I don't want to fight you unless you got a belt," or whatever like that. Whether you want to say that was Lomo's excuse or whatever like that. I think he was trying to unify a belt, but Walters didn't have his belt, man. He lost it on the scale because he wanted to eat and he didn't want to train. You get what I'm saying? So they had to do it later, and they got it done. Dude got paid. He seemed happy when he was taking all those selfies with Lomachenko. He looked like Manny Pacquiao just before the Mayweather fight. That's why I was like, man, something's up. It's like this dude's taking all these kind of pictures and saying thank you. Yeah. See, man, he's like, oh, thank you. Like, we making money. So you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you gotta get off that slave thing and think about your green, man. You gotta think about your money at the end of the day. That's what he was wanting. His money. He didn't get the 300,000. He got the 500,000. He got the money he wanted. He quit it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to battle through and become great like everybody else. Like Joe Louis, who had the weight of the world on the shoulder when he had to go get smacked smelling. And Muhammad Ali, all the politics he had to deal with. And we talk about segregation era stuff like that. Guys was coming through doing big things. Jack Johnson making moves. You know what I'm saying? So no excuses, brother, man. No excuses, brother. All right.
All right. Spencer, go Spencer, then we go Scorsese. Spencer, go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this before I sign out, right? Nicholas Waters had a mental breakdown in that fight. Everything was shabby. It was his corner work was run disgusting, and like my late father would say, the only thing a black man could run was 100 meters, or what's it? It was disgraceful how his corner was, the panic in his corner. Everything was just unorganized, and it was unorganized because Nicholas Waters is looking for the validation and the pats on the back of Bob Arum. Like he's like you're on TV and saying, "Oh yeah, Bob Arum, Uncle Bob," and stuff like that. I'm saying, come on, man. You need to within yourself. You need to be more positive within yourself. But unfortunately, this is how it goes. Your breaks, and you think you're very, very lucky and very fortunate to get those breaks. Realize that if Nicholas Waters couldn't fight, he wouldn't get those breaks in the first place. If Nicholas Waters weren't knocking out Darchinian and knocking out Donnie in the fashion that he was doing, he wouldn't have got these breaks in the first place. So Nicholas Waters needs to sit down, reevaluate, and realize his own self-value. As soon as he realizes his own self-worth and value, he's going to be a better fighter. But as long as he is out trying to please Bob Arum and the rest of these guys and saying, I'm not getting treated right, this is not happening, that's not happening, you got to make waves yourself. And I've seen Nicholas Waters. There's a very big concert that goes on in Jamaica called Sting. And he was like one of the guests, and he came up on the stage. I don't know if you've seen this, DJ, right? The Sting Festival, to my American brothers who don't know, it's like where we get all the big reggae artists, the dancehall artists, and they battle each other on the stage. It's just crazy. It's a big festival. And he comes on the stage, and I'm saying to endear yourself, this is in Jamaica, right? To your native people, he comes on the stage like he's some bad man, got the belt around him, and he's standing up like he's friggin' Ninja Man or Shabba Ranks. So I'm saying, like, because of this, I can see like there's a problem where he needs to be accepted. There is no bigger thing than you having the opportunity. And I swear to God that the first round showed me a lot. The first round showed me, like, if Waters, even right throughout the whole fight, because it's not like Lomachenko supremely dominated it. He didn't. And anybody saying that he did, you're lying. What happened in that fight was somebody switched off and tried, but then tried a bit, and then said, to hell with this. To his life, because he's not a Roberto Duran where you can do that shit and come back from it because you haven't got a nation of people behind you. What's going to happen now? He's going to go back to his native Jamaica. He's going to get ridiculed out there badly. And he can sing all the excuses about, oh, well, I wasn't being looked after right, or this didn't happen, or that didn't happen. I know so many fighters, well, who have been against this adversity, but still come out on top and still way becoming champions. Now, why couldn't Nicholas Waters have that inside of him? Gave it a shot and just went and threw hands and still lost. I'll say, you know what? Well, you went in there, you went out, you did something. But to quit like that, no, that's unforgivable. I want to hear something serious come out, like his mom just died, or I don't know, his dad got diagnosed with cancer, or something serious which was playing on his mind, because that was happened there, excusable, my friend. And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. Enjoy your chat. Keep it toe to toe on Sky Sports. If you're on iTunes, you can download our podcast. It's the highest rated boxing podcast in the world. I love jumping out and listening to you guys, because you guys, peace, 2 fingers, I'm bouncing later.
Nice one, Spencer. Peace, man. Go ahead, Scorsese. Peace. Go ahead, Scorsese.
Like I've always said, I'm going to always favor boxing over politics. I know other champions that grit and grinded it out too. But that don't mean every fighter has to do that. Every fighter should need to do that to make themselves on equal. It's over and over again. They say leader slave mentality, but then you have to go back to he should have did what Jack Johnson did. That is the slave mentality, doing what Jack Johnson did, having to overcome shit. You put him in the when are we gonna say make Lomachenko do what the hell Jack Johnson did? Nobody ever done that. You know what I mean? This is an even money fight. They should have offered an even purse. Lomachenko, Nicholas Waters got sick, and he missed weight. He got sick. He got fight threw off. He missed weight. He lost a belt. He's still fucking Nicholas Walters. We hardcore fans. That belt don't mean shit. We want to see Lomachenko Walters. We beg for it. All you got to do is go and make a even money fight. Let the dude take the fight. People said he asked for $1 million. He said, no, I was fine with, that's just what I started with, and they didn't offer nothing lower than that. I was fine with look, 800,000 like they gave him. They didn't give him that though. They didn't make an even money fight when it was the best fight ever. They took Top Rank took their entire best fight in their stable and they turned it into a shit show. And it's all they fought. They got egg on their face to me. You took one fighter, you stacked the card against them mentally, you stacked it with politics, however you wanted to do it. And you told him overcome everything, and you let one fighter just be himself. I want to see fights where fighters can just be themselves. If that's a crime, too damn bad. I'm gonna keep asking for it. I don't need to know the mental adversity, what's going on in the background. I want to see two fighters in their ring. They have went through a training camp, they got a fight, went through another training camp, got a fight, and they keep doing it repetitive, staying at their best. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard to do. If we then we could come on here, we ain't got to talk about what Walter's done. Yes, he quit. But why keep going when you probably ain't even in shape and you just gonna keep taking the ass whooping? I was hoping Lomachenko would knock him out and do him a favor. But before he quit, I tweeted, "Can you please just quit, bro? Because it ain't no need in you doing this. You ain't there." But to what happened earlier, PNC, I didn't attack you. I said he should take the B side because PNC is telling him to take the B side when the numbers ain't in his favors. I said basically he should be the black nigga taking the B side. That's what I said, and it's happening way too often in boxing. Comparing him to Andre Ward does not make sense. Andre Ward fought 3 tune-up fights. Well, I would say Sullivan Barrera was a good fight, but he actually fought 2 good ones and he stayed active 3 times in a year, right? Or was it twice or something like that? He was active. He didn't have to fight Lomachenko right away. And hey, say what you want. Top Rank, Bob Arum, they turned the best fight in their stable per division, not Pacquiao and Crawford arguing about 147 and 40. I'm talking about the best fight in the division. They turned into a shit show.
All right, go back to the point where the money situation, the viewship doesn't matter if one person is on the undercard of a superstar like Manny Pacquiao. So, and obviously, like Spencer was saying, it has a lot to do with who you relate to. Let's be 100% honest. Pushing a black fighter in America is really hard. Really hard. All right, and Bob Arum is the worst person to do it. On top of that. So you're trying to push a fight. You're one of the say they ain't trying to say you push a fight because I'm gonna disagree with that one as well. I don't think you're trying to push Walters, but at the same time, Walters, when you go to a negotiation, you have your strengths and you have your weaknesses as far as what your fighter can attempt to be valued at in that particular fight. Lomachenko says, "Hey, well, I came over here, 400 wins, a couple gold medals, or whatnot. I fought on some undercards of Manny Pacquiao. People know me. Fuck the numbers. They know me. I've been pushed. I'm the guy right now. This is my division." And you have Walters on a 1-year layoff. He's Jamaican, and be quite honest, blacks and Jamaicans, it's not really that close. It really isn't. It's just very 2 different cultures. We just don't relate as much, and that's the truth. So it's not like he has the black support because he doesn't have that. Yeah. You got Lomachenko who has white skin. He's already part of this Eastern European push to which isn't even working, first off, because white people don't even relate that much either. In fact, they relate less than blacks and Jamaicans. But for white, for those who support white skin and they're the majority, then obviously he has a benefit just based on pure numbers, not even really based on relationships, based on pure numbers, and you have the same skin color as me, right? Which boxing has always been racially charged. I mean, that's why it's such a big sport, because people can go behind the race and say, "My race will beat your race's ass. My country's going to beat your country's ass," so on and so forth. My ethnic group, right? So based on how much you bring to the table, Lomachenko technically is worth more money. That is the truth. He is worth more money. So when Walters came in, he didn't have that much behind him. Mm-hmm. Like PNC said, he lost on the scales for a belt. That's probably the worst thing you do to your career is lose on weight and lose your belt.
Can I ask you a question?
Preach.
And
Can I ask
when
you a
it,
question?
Let Hakeem finish.
hold, let me.
Man.
I'm about to. Sorry, I know I'm long-winded. I know I'm long-winded. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No. Keep.
Let go on, Hakeem. Finish.
And
I
then
just want
so
one question before you're done. That's all.
okay. Let me.
Let him finish.
I know I'm
That's
a,
the same thing I've been saying in my videos, man.
and so
Let
when you're looked at from a perspective that you don't really have much behind you, you know, there's not that many Jamaican boxers out there. First off, at least not on the American stage as it is, which is obviously not Walter's fault. But at the same time, life is not fair. Nothing in life is fair. So we can pretend like it is, but that ain't the truth. And so he's already been docked for losing his belt, which is if you lose your belt, that tells viewers that, you know what, I just paid for a fight. I'm gonna watch a fight where the champion is not even a champion anymore, and he's supposed to be the main person drawing the damn card, and he ain't even got that. So so now you start to lose interest because you're like, you know what, this guy's not even serious about it. Why should I waste my time about someone who isn't even serious about the most prized possession, the casual fans, which they are the majority. The belts mean something. If you don't even respect your own belt, what do you expect of viewers that respect the belt? They're like, oh, forget it. He's not a Mayweather. He needs to have a belt. He has to have a belt. He's not Mayweather. He has to have a belt. And so he's come to negotiation, like I said, and he doesn't have a lot to bring with it. He just doesn't.
Okay.
And so to me, the money was fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the story. That's just my opinion, though. Like I said, what was your question, though?
All right, so you mean tell me Pacquiao and his 600,000 buys is of Filipino casual fans? They attracted to the Ukrainian, but a Jamaican can't attract black. Hakeem, it ain't even a question. It's just basically you just said some dumb stuff, man. And
no, wait, you asked the question. You didn't let me
it
follow
ain't
up.
a
You asked the
question no more.
question.
Because you continue to go and it just
No,
turns
I'm going to
into
answer your
no.
question because you
I
just
don't even
said
have a
two
question
things
no
that are
more.
not related.
I don't have
they're
a
not
question.
related. You said two
No,
things
I
that are
don't
not.
have a question no more. I don't. I really
Okay,
don't.
well, I'm going to answer it either way.
Because you
You
blew out.
said that.
I don't even have one. I don't have one.
Filipinos don't.
Let Jacob go. Let Jacob
Filipinos
go.
don't. Filipinos don't. You think Philippines got money?
They
They
attracted
ain't
to the
got money.
Ukrainian. They attracted casual Filipino.
Americans buy
Hold on.
Pacquiao's
I'm gonna
fights.
ask you. I'm gonna ask you. Go
Americans.
ahead. I'm gonna ask you the question. Did casual Filipino fans who bought the Manny Pacquiao fight, probably only the 600,000, or you can go to the Mayweather Pacquiao buyers, did they really? They showed up to say, who is that fucking Ukrainian? But the black man can't attract to a Jamaican. That's what you just said, right? Justify that
What I
stupid ass
said
shit, man.
was.
Come on.
Fight though.
What I said was based on relation. Pacquiao had already built up a fan base between Latinos for one, because he beat a whole bunch of Latinos fighters. So he had a whole bunch of Latino fans going in. And he had a whole bunch of people that hated Mayweather that didn't even like him. First off, some people didn't even like him. They just liked Mayweather. And the people that went for Mayweather were people that were pro-American. There were white people going for who? White people weren't all going for Pacquiao. It's false.
So the
White people,
Mexicans,
some white people go for
the
because they're like,
Mexicans
I'm
rooted for the
pro-American.
Ukrainian. The Mexicans got behind the Ukrainian. Okay, I get it. Let Jacob go, man.
No,
Jacob,
that's not what I said.
Let Jacob go. Jacob, are you there? Please,
No,
Jacob.
I said
want to hear you,
Lomachenko. For Lomachenko,
yeah.
I said whites will buy him because they look like him. Even if they can't relate, all you need is enough people to say, you know what, I relate to this fighter, and they're like, okay, I'll go with it. Plus, it's not like, Santa Cruz is on that card too, and he put on a shit fight against Roman as well.
Lomachenko did right after that too.
Lomachenko
You're right. They're two shit fights. But
Let Jacob go, man. Let Jacob go. Jacob been on mute for hours. Let Jacob go.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Why are we talking about the money side and why are we not talking about how Lomachenko punched him in the face about 1,000 times? What does that got to do with the fight? He got his ass beat.
Hey, Chris, was it competitive? Chris, was the fight competitive?
Hell no.
Exactly.
the reason why we're talking about money is because somehow, to me, it's just excuses for Walter's losing.
Exactly.
And if you want to talk about in the fact that the money seems to be more interesting than the fight was. And like I said,
it ain't about what neither got done. It's about how Top Rank turned their best fight to a shit show. It ain't about what neither got done. They turned their best fight and they took it to one guy being active and ready and one guy sitting his ass out, whether he's training or not. We know we're gonna lose interest in you. We don't want people to know you. Just get the hell out and let us promote Loma. They turn their best fight to a shit show.
Okay, and is that not what every promoter does? You act as if this is something new. The bottom line is dollar sign.
It's something that need to
Right.
go.
The bottom line is
Is fucking
Nicholas
dollar
Waters
sign.
got his lip busted open.
Yeah,
Right.
the bottom
That
line
too.
is
Y'all tripping.
Look, man.
everything was set for him to quit though. That's why I begged for him to quit.
You can't force nobody to like no fighter, man. It's about who you identify with. Just like Hakeem said, dude.
I never said that. I never said
whatever,
that.
Whatever he looked like, you know.
What
so
made Danny Garcia a superstar? Knocking the fuck out of Khan. Who was pushed? Yeah. Khan was pushed.
Yep, he sure was.
Knocked him the fuck out.
Thank you.
You know what, Danny Garcia? You know what he did? He made himself hated. He did the Mayweather right. He fought Raw Soccer. People pissed off, but guess what? People still look at him. All publicity is good publicity. You know, you can't say, oh, this, and that, and da,
right.
and this, and this. Like, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. It wasn't like Walters. I understand, like, the Guerrero Rigondeaux versus Donaire, that was BS. That is worth an argument for 30 years. That is a pure based argument because he wouldn't donate to Donaire's ass, and Donaire still got the respect, and Rigondeaux didn't get shit. And that is a really worth an argument.
It's like a Donaire curse.
Nicholas Walters went in and got his ass
you don't
whooped.
get nothing. Nicholas Walters went got a draw for whooping the shit out of somebody. He got a draw for beating the shit out of somebody. Explain that to me. You take
and he beat it.
Take
First
a
off,
man
let's talk about the
confidence.
Donaire win.
You take a
Donaire
man
was already
confidence
done
and you
for.
put him on the layout. You
when
give him a
Walters
draw,
beat
you put him on the layout.
When Walters beat Donaire, I gave him no credit for that win.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see Floyd Mayweather get a draw, then set off on the layout, and we talk about his mental toughness. I would have loved to see it. Let me see them give Golovkin a draw, put him on the layout, and talk about.
Isn't Walter's contract?
Bradley got a draw.
Isn't Walter's contract up? What top rank?
No, I don't know.
No, apparently he signed a contract extension. That's why Bob was standing behind him.
Oh, so Walter signed a contract with Central top rank, right?
Yeah, I think it was one of the conditions for fighting.
Well, hey Daniel, I saw something that said he did not sign one. That's why he took less money. I saw something say he didn't sign one. That's why he took less money.
I'm not sure the contract it takes less money. First off, that doesn't happen. You sign a contract with more money.
No, let's put it to this way, Scorsese. It's a basic tactic of Top Rank to say, okay, we'll give you this fight, but you have to sign an extension. It's what he tried to do to Chavez Jr.
It did the same thing to Pacquiao.
Well,
and Bradley.
He kind of shamed Pacquiao into it because Pacquiao showed himself by taking that briefcase of money from Golden Boy, and then he shamed him into signing that extension. And granted, that started the Cold War. That started. But
somebody washing dishes, man. What's up with that, man?
Yeah, because I'm here listening to y'all. I actually like the conversation.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's background noise. That's what he's saying, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay. I turned it off. For a minute. Okay.
Man, in there watching this is a great conversation, but
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now that where does Nicholas Waters go after this? He gets Jason Sosa again. He gets another chance at the belt. We know what's going to happen.
They don't give a shit.
Yes, he is.
They don't give a shit where they go after this.
They do because they can sell the fight. They can sell the fight.
No, man. Let's talk about something.
Who can sell a fight?
Something that's relevant, man. Like
who can sell a fight? What Hakeem? Who can sell a fight? They just took the man.
This kind of dumb conversation. I don't want to care about this shit.
Man, let's talk about some real.
That's the high shit in boxing. Ain't nothing else going on. That's what we started to hang.
No, the fight is about the recap of last night's events.
Hold on. We requested EJ start this hangout for Walter's Lomachenko.
This hangout here is about the nomads. Why he quit? That's what this hangout's about. That's what they're discussing.
Yeah, that's what we asked him to start this about. We didn't want to talk about nothing else. We was all here talking about this going in.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Go ahead, Scorsese.
I just don't like the table. I don't like the acceptance of the table being stacked against this guy and fans acting like we don't have a voice today and say, can y'all cut that shit out? And the more y'all do that shit, the more we're gonna ridicule your fighter for doing it. Yeah. Do we just keep on letting Lomachenko be in the ring with people that's off year layoffs and we call him the greatest ever? I agree with Spencer. It wasn't shit that he done that super impressed me. It was everything Walters didn't do. I made a video of saying, look at this man taking the outside foot from Lomachenko, having him off his heels, off his balance, and not firing shots. You can't expect that. You can't expect that man to be 100% stamina coming off layoffs and not in training. Y'all acting like y'all don't know the whole calculation of a fight. You can't expect him to be taking punishment coming off the damn couch.
So I got a question.
If he's mentally fucked, what? Real quick.
I got a question.
Hold on. If he's mentally fucked,
for you.
If he's hold on, you can ask a second. One real quick. If he's mentally fucked, that's his fault. But it shouldn't be the promoter trying to mind fuck him and like, yes, I succeeded. That's what I don't like.
Okay, I got a question for you though. Well, okay. What would you be saying of Walters? Let's just play. What if Walters had knocked out Vasyl Lomachenko?
He overcame the odds. I would be telling you this is one of the best wins of all year. One of the best wins I've seen in a long time. Because he got mind fuck, and he still did it. I actually picked him to do it, but
what's the problem?
The problem is you set the table against him, and another dude is not having that against. Man, come on, man. If you don't see the turkey on one man's table,
let me ask you a question. Why should we feel bad for Walters?
And nobody was saying this before the fight neither.
Why should we feel bad for Walters when he quit? It wasn't like Walters with the whole fight got his ass.
Okay, I can answer that.
I can respect that.
I can answer that because people like Daniel picked Lomachenko, and when he picked Lomachenko, he said, "I just don't hope." He said, "I just see that layoff playing the people who even picked Lomachenko." I tried to be positive.
Well, let me finish my whole thing.
I thought about it.
No, Scorsese. Let me say what I said fully, because you mistook part of it. I said first I thought Lomachenko was going to win because I knew footwork wise.
Right.
He was leaps and bounds better, but I also said, but Walters can turn that around by implementing the Salido plan and just boxing him inside. But the thing is, yes, I did say it's also that I did have concerns a little bit about the layoff.
Right.
Because I did have concerns about the layoff, but I said, but Walters has the reach, Walters has the height, even though they're technically the same height. He has the reach advantage, and he could box inside. But my issue and the thing that tipped me over to Lomachenko was always the footwork.
Yeah,
he sleeps and bounce better footwork wise than Walters.
I didn't see that.
So
I'm sorry, I didn't see that. See that.
Hey, let's hear from.
I want to ask the panel. What's the main thing important when you fighting the southpaw? Is outside foot position not the most important thing when you are trying to jockey?
Yeah. Head movement. Your feet work outside, absolutely, because your feet's inside.
How many times did I show in my video he did this? That's footwork best than him right there. Walters just didn't see the shots, man. It's activity, bro.
Yeah, no, but Scorsese, like I mentioned a few times, Lomachenko, even in the first round, showed that he could turn Walters into a turnstile. He turned him a few times in this fight.
That's fine. They both bested each other at times. I agree. They both bested each other. But that's what I expected from two high-level fighters. But you can't do it as a stamina.
Let's hear from Waters. Let's hear from Waters.
If I get a chance to fight 2 or 3 fights, two fights or 3 fights, according to this, and then go up, leading up to this fight. I definitely take him on a different circumstances where we are more active and definitely beat him. But tonight, as I say, he was finding he was all him tonight. He fought maybe 3 fights this year. So it was all him tonight. Everything favored him tonight. And he come in as a champion, everything favored him, and he worked out well for him. I don't take away from me. He's a very good fighter. I learned a lot from fighting him. And it was several round of beautiful boxing until Michael decided that to take into it.
What will be your words to top rank?
Yeah. My promoters, Mr. Bob Arm, Top Rank, we're just begging and asking and praying that next year we have 3 and 4 fighters. Give me fights. I want to fight. If you have me in hibernation and then take me out of hibernation and show me with him and show me with the best fighter. Not many guys would go 7 rounds with him without fighting. You understand? So Look, he not the champ out to take the title in 5 rounds, and he was fighting all year. He was the champ. And I was just coming up with a hibernation and to fight him. You know, he was on his battlefield just now. He was on his ground. I fight him on his ground. Maybe if I catch him on my ground, then it would be a different thing.
Why did you take a tune-up before this? Sean Patel, boxing boys.
What you mean? Why would we take a tune-up? Everybody would want a tune-up. We just didn't get any fight this year. We just didn't get any fight this year. We didn't get any fight this year, and we didn't want to go right through the year without getting a fight, so we have to stay the fight.
So what caused the stoppage? Was it frustration? Was it punishment? What caused you not to continue fighting?
He caught me with good great shots at the end of the summer round. We barely made it through the summer round, so you know our team of people decided that the fight, even their best on the fight. I'm not against that. Even they see the fight better than I know. I was fighting the fight. Even you know. I gave to the world, I think 28 great fight. Tonight was a good fight also for me. It was a learning experience. All I have to say that I want more fights, and if I get more fights, then I can do better.
Nicholas, how much was tonight Lomachenko being a good to great fighter? And how much was it Nicholas' fault for not feeling like it?
As I say, you know, he catch me on his right, his ground. The fight was more benefiting him, not getting any fights for this year, lack of inactivity. So, you know, it was more for him. So, and he made use of the opportunity. I'm taking it from him. He's a good fighter. I saw that tonight. That he's a world-class fighter. He defended his title beautifully against me. I am going to take away from him. He's a good fighter. But you know, if I have more fights and more active in the ring, then it could be a whole different ball game.
Go ahead, guys. You chop up on that. Go ahead.
I think. All right.
Go ahead.
I heard a little feedback, EJ. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, I think a lot of that now he's saying it because I think he realized what he did, and he tried to. Yeah, he said the same thing. Yeah, activity, because I think he realized what he did. He realized he quit, and he did the activity. I can understand it. Like I said, I understand his beef in that sense. But a lot of that's on you. A lot of that's on you. Promoters can do everything that they can do, anything they want to put you on. But if you yourself don't want to do anything, that's on you. That's on you. Like. Hell, look what Gervonta Davis is going through with Floyd. Floyd wanted to push for a fight under certain conditions. Gervonta Davis didn't want to do those conditions. So Floyd sat him on a shelf. And he's just now getting the fight. He's just not getting the fight. It goes both ways. That's the thing.
And Floyd might
Nicholas Walters needed to do everything possible for his. Well, wait. Let me finish, Scorsese. Nicholas Walters had to also take the ball to his own court and say, look, I need to get more fights. I need to do this to get more fights because a promoter's job is to promote an event. Is to create an event and then try to sell it to the masses. You can sell an event all you want, but if one of your acts isn't going to show up or isn't doing anything right, that's not on the promoter, so to speak. Am I going to blame? Okay, I'll give you a good example. Am I going to blame concert promoters for Lauryn Hill constantly being late to her shows or constantly canceling her shows?
Yeah, you know why? Because they shouldn't think about it.
No, because it's gotten to the point where you can't count on her anymore. But that's on her.
Walters didn't get a fight scheduled. Walters didn't get a fight scheduled and just didn't come to it. He got a fight scheduled. This ain't performing and singing. This is it's the hurt game.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You as a fighter have to find ways to get yourself active. It's one of the things actually the Triple G gets ridiculed for.
As far as Gervonta Davis, what you just said about Floyd, to me, it spoke to me right now. I said this. Right now, Floyd is a better promoter than Bob Arrow. That's what you just said to me. Because Floyd took his best fighter, one of his best fighters, and he made sure that guy didn't stay out the ring 8 months, 10 months. He got him right in the ring. Even if they had a fallout.
No, he
a
didn't. No,
misdiscussion,
dude.
even if they
Did
had
you
a
not see their
misdiscussion.
public airing it out? Did you not see how them
I don't
public
care.
airing it
I
out?
don't care. I don't care. I don't care. He's been out the ring only 6 months, not a year. I don't care about that part. He getting in the ring in a good enough fashion for me. That's the point. But he might get in too deep. When we go in years and years and years, did Pernell Whitaker, was Pernell Whitaker his best versus fucking Trinidad after a year and a half or something? He was at his best then, right? He was stamina, he was ready, he had reflexes. He was great then, wasn't he? Wasn't he? We all want to see that shit again, don't we? Fucking terrible he was. This is horrible, man. I can't believe we letting this shit go on, man. I can't believe we are putting promoters, politics over great fighters that can compete any day they get in the ring. That means we're gonna sit in front of TV some more and have shitty nights like we just had the other day. That's what that means. That's what we mean. That's what that means. So get ready for it.
Okay, so you're not. So basically, you're saying everything is 100% Bob Arum's fault, not the fact that Nicholas Walters could have done himself, try to stay active on his own end
No,
through
not
Warriors boxing.
100%, not 100%, not 100%. But when you put those stipulations there, you put those roadblocks, and you fuck shit up, I got to blame you somewhere. I got to point at you and say something. Because Lomachenko had no roadblock. Lomachenko lost his first fight, and they gave him a shot at the same title the next fight. They gave him a shot. I don't care what the contracts say. The next fight, he got paid more after he lost. The next fight, he got to go fight somebody who was the wackest champion in the division, take another belt. Why are you not promoting both guys? It ain't just one time. It's every time, bruh. It's every time. Every time you brought Walters back, you put him in with Jason Sosa, who's a champion right now. When you brought Walters back, you put him in versus somebody who beat him in the amateur. It's not just one time. It's every time, man. That's why I'm pissed about it. They should have treated the best fight in their stable better, but they know who they wanted to promote and they know who they didn't want to promote. And it's simple as that. And I wouldn't like y'all as promoters. No offense, but I wouldn't like y'all as promoters because y'all are okay in it saying like y'all would do the same thing. So
you noise in the background, Daniel. You noise
That's no. That's what I'm asking. Like, there's getting. I'm hearing feedback. It ain't coming from me though.
Scorsese must be Scorsese. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but okay. Like I said, I agree. Like, the boxing game is a little bit muddled. It doesn't change the fact that the man quit, and that's the thing. And like you agreed, I said that he quit. It doesn't matter how this card says against you. He quit.
Daniel, it's coming from you, because I think you got like, I think it's your wife in the background. I can hear it in the background. That's the feedback, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. The chat says, I'm gonna make a comment on what the chat said. It said Walter shot himself in the foot playing politics. I'll say this: Walter shot himself in the left foot. Bob Arum previously shot him in the right foot. So there you have that. I don't see Lomachenko's foot shot in any direction prior to the fight. So I just hope we could have even fights going in and respect for the fighters that are killers, man. The people that put that shit on the line. We want to come on here and tell them how to do their job and to stay in the training, grueling training camps. I'll shadow box to stay in shape. I don't want to do that shit every day. I don't want to do that every day knowing that I'm not finna get a fight in 6 months. They hard work is supposed to pay off with the fans clapping them on and them getting their hands raised when they walk. They shit's supposed to pay off, bruh. It's supposed to pay off. That's I can't believe y'all okay with this.
So we're supposed to say it's okay for you to lose your bet on the scales. We're supposed to say it's okay that you didn't stay in shape. We're supposed to say it's okay for you to quit.
It's okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Scorsese.
Degree, do ES fans say, you know what? I don't like that. He did two things we don't like as boxing fans. As hardcores, two things he did. He lost his belt on the scale. We hate that shit. And he quit. We really hate that shit.
No, but wait, Scorsese, let me ask you a question. Wait, Scorsese, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, let me ask him why he hates that. Why do you hate somebody losing their belt on the scale? Because I never said I hate that. I never heard that.
Because if you're a professional and I'm waiting to see your fight and you don't respect my time enough for you to take your job seriously, and you want me to view you, you want me to talk about you, you want me to share to other people who you are, to make your popularity rise, and you go on the scales and you don't do your job and you miss weight, and on top of that, it's not like it's an exhibition, it's a championship fight, and you lose your belt.
Right, it's supposed to be a
Yes, I have a
championship fight.
problem with that.
What about a ticket? You
You
ain't
do
seen no
understand
championship
that
fight.
the other man still can become the champ. He didn't take anything from the other man. He just can't make the weight, and he went up in weight. It happens. It's not like
But
he
he
did this
lost
6
his-
times. It's not. Hold on. It's not like he did this 6 times. He went in there and said, "Hey, the title's still on the line for you, buddy. The title is still on the line for you." And Salido did the same thing with Lomachenko, but guess what he did? He found himself fighting fucking Francisco Vargas for a WBC title. He found himself
But
fighting
we
for
gave
another
Walters a
title
pass
at
on that.
130. Why are we giving Salido a pass but not Lomachenko?
We
a
gave
pass?
Walters a pass. That's
Huh?
not true. We gave Walters a pass for
How?
missing
You
weight.
gave him a draw. You gave him a draw. You didn't give him a pass. You gave him a
First off,
draw.
he not like to me, he didn't even dominate that fight. He won, yeah. He definitely won, but he didn't dominate that fight.
Come on, man.
The
That's
second
crazy.
thing,
That's crazy talk.
the second
Somebody
thing is
stop
that
this dude.
we gave him a pass on that, and then he turned around and quit. Sorry,
Man,
but
this the
I
court
got
of
my
law
get
and
out
the
of jail free
judge is
cards.
listening. He is slamming the gavel saying, "Y'all out of here, man." I just proved Salido got a vacant title shot, I believe, at 130 after doing the same thing to Lomachenko. Lomachenko got
Did he
as
quit?
soon as he, huh?
Did he quit?
It ain't nothing about. We talking about off the scales now. You talking about something 2 years ago, man. Stick to your point, and then we
You're
can
right.
get
He
you.
quit last night. He quit. The Walters quit last
But you
night.
talking about off the scale. You talking about being angry about a scale when the other fighter can
But
still
I'm
win
saying,
the
like,
title. And the
I'm
man ain't
saying
the
that
champion. Plenty of
I'm
people have
talking
lost
about
their
his
titles
whole
on
entire rap
scales,
sheet.
bro.
I'm talking about his rap sheet. You can't get this dude no more excuses.
What's
Stop
the
giving
rap
excuses.
shit? You act like he did it 5 times. He not Broner. He missed
But he
weight.
did it.
He missed
But
weight. He
it's,
went to
but you understand,
130
like,
and he still
when
whoop
you
people
I'll
ass.
give you an example. If you do something once, right? It's like, okay, you know what? We can judge it based on a little bit differently because at the time you're like, you know what? This is the first time you did it, right? This is the first time. Okay, we can look at it from the angle. Say, okay, Walters, first time you can't make the weight. All right, cool, whatever. You know, we're gonna still support you, and we did. Then he quits tonight. Well, guess what? I have to now rethink the first thing that happened and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have gave him a pass.
You can do that.
Because he quit on the stool.
You can do that. You can do that. But at the same time, why give him the draw he does not deserve? When you first of all, this is what you need to know. It was said Bob Arum was going, "Hey Walters, we can pay you more after tonight. We can pay you more after tonight." Walters got his hopes all high and shit. Get in there, easily win the fight. He won the damn fight. And then next thing you know, draw. And you see his actions. I mean, so what? So what? He deserves a draw for missing weight. Everybody deserves a draw for missing weight. Because Salido got one too, I guess. He did win the title. Next thing you know, they gave him draws too. Is that the punishment? It shouldn't be. That's stupid. That's dumb as shit, man.
Then we also look at the
Jason
draw,
Sosa,
right?
who is now a champion. He beat Jason Sosa, and now he has to sit out on layoffs. If that's what you want in boxing, you keep praising it. But me, buddy, I never will. Never. I don't give a shit.
So now you're saying Walters doesn't have a
I don't give a
chance
shit if
to.
Michael Jordan and Jesus form a promotional company. They can suck my if they think I'm gonna sit around and let them put fighters on the shelves and do everything else and care about them more than I care about seeing the best fights. They can suck it. How about that one?
Well, I'm not gonna talk about Jesus, but if you want to go on talking in regards to Sosa him being a champion now, that makes his draw look a lot better. And he has the opportunity to get a rematch.
It don't make it no truer. It don't make it no truer.
I'm not saying he should have got a draw. I never
y'all
said
told
that.
me not to have the slave mentality, but it's supposed to be Walters. Be okay with a draw, you strong black ox. You strong black old man. You be okay with a draw.
First off, I never said that you should have that mentality.
Man. You go work that field, you strong black man. That's what I hear. That's
I also hear an issue. I also see with the generation where there's no fucking self accountability, and niggas always want to have excuses for shit they can't take care of themselves.
So we can go on to something else.
That's not boxing.
His belt was taken. He made the next weight, and he beat the shit out the dude.
He wasn't professional enough because he wants to look for excuses.
What more accountability do you want?
He doesn't have these. Every problem you mention him is not my problem. He can't stay on weight. Not my problem. He got problems with weight. Not my problem.
What's the punishment for missing weight? What's the punishment? What's the punishment? If you're the champion, you miss weight. What's the punishment?
You lose your belt. You're no longer a champion.
Bam. Done. Go to 130.
Okay, and then like I said, what happened after that? He quit on the stool.
Go to 130.
He quit on the stool.
No. That's not the next step. That's the fucking lie. The next step is he goes to the fight and he gets a draw.
You can't talk about everything as if it's like, you know what, everything has to follow this rubric scale.
You won't even stay on the topic.
In this manner. this is what happened and when it occurred. He quit on the stool. We have to now look back at other things. It's not the first time. Let me get when Ortiz quit the first time.
Except for what you just,
when Ortiz quit the first time, Ortiz, were we like, oh my God, fuck Ortiz? No, we gave Ortiz another chance. What ended up happening? He did another thing again. And then we're like, you know what? We got to go back to the first Ortiz quit. Like, you know what? He never had heart to begin with.
He really didn't get another chance from fans. He got another chance from the politicians.
Then I'm sorry. Well, I gave him a chance.
Ortiz was
and he had a lot easier than Walters did.
Ortiz was the new
a lot
golden
harder than
boy.
Walters did.
Ortiz was the new golden boy.
Walters still he quit on his. I mean, the crazy part is that you even said to yourself that you said Walters has a problem with. Someone said it, maybe not you. Someone said Walters has a problem with weight. He always gains a lot of weight during fights, between fights. Okay. He's always gaining weight. That goes back then to being a self-accountability when not being professional, and he lost weight on the scale. So I see a pattern now.
Like the promoters have some self-accountability and keep their fighters in the ring. How about you have the promoters have some self-accountability and quit picking favorites?
How big does Floyd get between fights?
Why are you taking the promoters? How big does Manny get between fights?
How big does Andre Ward get in between fights?
Well, Hakeem, do you watch promoters fight? Do you watch promoters fight? Do you enjoy that? You want to see Kathy Duva versus fucking what's the Clarissa Shields? Is that what you want to see? I can't wait to that fight.
Obviously, no. I can't wait to Bob Arum.
I can't wait to Bob Arum versus Yvonne Michelle. That's gonna be a super fight. Because
the problem is that Bob Arum is not a fighter.
Bob Arum versus as a fighter. You are praising promoters. They don't put no blood.
I'm not praising promoters. I'm telling fighters to be more. I'm telling fighters to be more accountable for their own actions when it comes to being ready all the time. No. That is what they're supposed to do. Either they have fights 3 times a year, or they have fights every other.
Where do you work, Hakeem? Hakeem, where do you work?
Huh?
You don't have to say it. You do have a job, right, Hakeem? I'm not trying to ridicule you. You do have a job, though, correct?
I'm actually in between because I got out of a program for programming, so I've been looking for it. I just finished it 3 weeks ago. It was 6 months long.
Once before you worked for a good cable company. I know you said that once before.
Yeah, before I was a salesman.
I ain't trying to roast your number. What I'm saying.
No, I understand. Yeah, I was doing sales. Why?
What I'm saying is this: they tell you, "Hey, Hakeem, don't come to work for 365 days." Oh, but buddy, you stay ready. That's messed up. And trust me, man.
Okay, let's go that perspective. Let's go that perspective right now. So right now, I don't have a job because I'm looking for a programming job. What do you think I do night and day? I practice for coding interviews. I practice algorithms. I can practice discrete mathematics. I'm studying. I'm staying on. Let me go back. I'm staying on my A game the whole time because when someone calls me for interview for a programming job, I'm like, oh shit, I need to make sure my algorithm is down. I gotta make sure I'm ready for the interview. I gotta make sure I'm always ready because I don't know when I get that phone call.
But another thing, Hakeem,
goes back to the same thing with self-accountability.
Hakeem, another thing is this: you can make money at your desk programming without a job. He can't make money nowhere else. He could stay in the gym.
But I can't get a contract.
Oh, okay, you don't need a contract. Don't need a contract. I do the same things you do. I do some of the same things you do. And I can sit at a computer and I don't need a contract to make money. But I could practice any and everything.
Okay, he can work at fucking McDonald's. What's the point? He can still find work somewhere, man.
He gotta be a fighter. See, their job is not as
Where are we gonna get you? I've never seen someone have so many excuses for another man. Like
because when do got fucked? I want to see the best. I got no excuses for another man.
He got paid $300,000.
It ain't him. It ain't him. His family is good. I got to ridicule him for the sport of boxing.
His family is good. $300,000 in Panama can last you 2 or 3 years. Okay.
You know why they good? Let me tell you why they good. Because this man probably made one of his first cousins stand in the betting line and say, since HBO and Top Rank won't secure my future, you stand in this betting line and bet the under for about 100,000, and we'll secure our own fucking future. And that's you tell me that ain't a possibility. What you just saw last night?
What I saw was a man quit on the stool and destroy his brand. That's what he did. He destroyed his brand.
It'd be real funny if 10 years from now.
A fighter is his own brand.
It'd be real funny if Walters come out and say, you know what, the politics was fucking me, so I fucked the fans. I said, you know what, stay in the betting line and bet on Lomachenko stoppage and throw the fight.
Well, if that's the case, you know what you could also say? He could say, you know, he got one of his cousins. I got a whole bunch of people and bet on himself to lose. Okay, we can make that same assumption.
No.
We're getting into fantasies of what we say could or could not happen. What we know did happen is he put on the stool.
Show me where the politics screwed the man before he done it, and we can talk about it. Because I wouldn't take kind of you screwing me. I'm gonna find a way. You screwing? Tell me this. He beat Donaire. They didn't have no room for him on the network. So you promising me right now if he would have beat Lomachenko, they would have had all kind of room for old Nicholas Walters, that strong black ox that you need to work in that field harder than anybody. They would have had all the room for him, right? After he beat Lomachenko.
He could, you know what, he would have beat Lomachenko. He probably would have fought him again in a rematch and would be able to demand more money.
It sounds good.
That
Salido
did not happen. He didn't even make it. He didn't fight competitive.
Salido get a rematch. Salido get a rematch.
Why is you as a promoter, why would you even want to put someone, if you already don't like them, which Salido goes back to Laura, if you already don't like the fighter, and he comes out and he doesn't even show up, Laura did. The fighter you don't like quits on his stool.
Salido get a rematch.
Shit, I'm not promoting that dude. I'm gonna promote somebody to quit on the stool.
Hold on. Go back to what you said. Did Salido get a rematch? Salido Miura was almost not even on HBO, and he beat Lomachenko. You know that, right? He gave him the fight of the year, and they almost not put him on HBO. Nothing is promised. He could have knocked him out just like he did Donaire, and they would have said, "Hey, keep working that field. We'll get back to you when we think that you overworked in that motherfucker." But
first off, the Walters knocking out Lomachenko was bigger than when he knocked out Donaire, because Donaire had already lost to Guillermo Rigondeaux, was on the tail end of his career.
Hey,
sorry, but the Lomachenko knockout will mean more than Donaire knockout.
You know what Jim Lampley said after that fight? A star.
Well, Jim Lampley's an idiot, so I don't care what Jim Lampley's got to say. Or Harold Letterman, first of all. They're both idiots.
I'm just telling you how the cards were stacked, and you keep refusing it. You won't even say you're right. The cards were stacked against him. But
I never said they weren't said. I never said that, but I'm not going to use it as a crutch and say that's because he lost the fight.
If that's the part you agree with, if you agree that they weren't stacked against Lomachenko, no way, no how, except for beating a man off a year later.
Lomachenko was seen as the A side, and he was treated as the A side. I mean, you want me to say that? I have no problem saying it's the truth.
He's a makeshift A side. Now he is one. Now after this, they makeshifted him.
They pushed him to A side from the beginning.
No, he wasn't.
They do that to everybody. Look at Pedraza. He got his ass whooped by Cherry. He's still getting pushed through, and he's makeshift too. Promoters gonna choose who they think is gonna make the most return on money.
He did have a tough fight. He did have a tough fight. I don't know how to score that.
He lost at Cherry. He lost.
I saw it close. Close fights happen, but that don't mean you take him in the next fight. You don't mean you that didn't want to happen. He should have rematched him. Javante Davis getting the shot. Javante, if you want to call,
I don't care about Javante Davis because he's whack to me.
Okay,
sorry,
he might be, but we still talk about him as a fighter. He fighting for a championship under 20 fights. Praise that. I got to. You gotta praise that.
I mean, if you want to, but when Walters,
look, if you don't want to praise that, you can't praise Lomachenko, who was 25 when he fought for
Lomachenko has talent. There's a difference. The other thing is that Walters has more talent. I can give Walters a time a day. I can't give Javante Davis a time a day. You're not gonna be able to convince me on that. I'm not doing it. Period.
They said I can argue. They said I can argue that the cards were stacked against Kovalev when he was the champ. Hey, Kovalev got a man.
The cards were stacked against.
Hold on. Let me respond to him because he's talking to me. I can argue this. Kovalev fought a man that has a one good arm, coming up from 168 pounds, that has lost the prime of his career. And Kovalev could have took $5 million to fight Stevenson. Instead, he took $2 million to fight a number top 10 guy. So as far as stacking the deck, when you do it against your damn self, have fun, motherfucker. That's how I see it.
I think a win over Ward would have been humongous for Kovalev's career, first off, and there was less drama trying to get the fight done. I mean, I don't give a damn because Ward was the person I was going for, and Ward won convincingly to me, so I don't give a damn about that.
You have favoritism. I don't really have
You're
a
right.
going for.
Everyone has some form of favoritism because right now you're whining, complaining over Walter. So you got some of that favoritism Walter versus Lomachenko.
You didn't listen to what I said earlier. But Lomachenko,
I did, but I've seen you now make an excuse for 2 hours.
So you don't think
for 2 hours?
Hold on. Well, let me ask you a question. If Lomachenko was in this position, you don't think I'd care?
No, you would not care this much. Hell no.
That's a damn lie. That's a fucking lie. You
would have been like, Lomachenko quit on the stool. I told you he wasn't as good as everyone said he was. He was praised for he wasn't good.
Let me tell you. Listen to me. Treat me like a stand-up man till you see I ain't one. Okay? That's a fucking lie.
Okay, well, as a stand-up man, you need to stop making excuses for another person to quit on the stool.
No, as a stand-up man, I'm gonna tell these old-ass, weak-ass promoters, quit making my warriors, my idols. Quit making them your boys behind a fucking piece of paper when they put their life on the line for you with your punk asses.
But people choose to be boxers knowing this. They make a choice. Football players are treated like shit too. So does every other sport in the world. Every athlete treat like shit. They ain't just
Hakeem,
a
you shouldn't
boxing
even watch
team.
the sport, man, with what you just said.
Look
They
at
choose to
football.
be boxers.
Look
They
at
choose-
football.
Fuck.
Look at football.
I don't give a shit about football.
But it goes to the same point. It's not just like it's boxing only. It's all sports. They always treat athletes like
me the
trash.
football coach. You tell me the football coach that won't put his best players in the game to win a game. It ain't the same, bro. In football, it's this program versus this program. And fucking the ACC can't tell Duke not to do something in North Carolina. Bob Arum is the ACC.
How many times do football players end up not getting paid good enough? And then after they retire and they got freaking a whole bunch of brain issues, which they went ahead and blamed on Alzheimer's at the age of 42. And these players end up killing themselves, committing suicide.
That's not my point.
And they don't get any type of insurance. They don't have any type of
pension.
pension. They don't have no way to pay for the medical bills.
That wasn't the point.
We'll give them a Hall of Fame jacket.
That wasn't the initial point. That was never the initial point.
But it goes back to the point, like you're making it seem like this is only boxing. This is known throughout most sports.
No, I'm not talking about the injury risk that they take. I'm talking about how one man, Bob Arum, was the head of this shit show, and he made it the shit show. If he could have had it, what Walters was off 2-year layoff, he would have done it that way. He knew, like EJ said prior to the fight, man, they know Walters ain't over there fucking training. That's why they want to give him the fight. They know he over there fat. And I say, EJ, let's not go there. Let's just hope for the best. Let's hope for the best and judge it when it's over. That's what I say. And I don't judge.
So you're telling me, let me ask you a question. If you know the cards are stacked against you, don't you think that you will make it so that you can overcome that? Like, we can talk about how life is unfair and all that other shit. We know it is.
You act like Lomachenko a piece of garbage.
But it is. You know from the moment you're born, right away. I'm not gonna say, I really don't know how you may have been raised or maybe how Walters was raised, but when I was raised, I learned from the beginning, hey, cards stacked up against you, you need to keep pushing through because you can't make no excuses. No one's gonna be there for you. You better get this shit done.
He signed the contract. Maybe he tried to.
So that's my mentality.
Maybe he tried to, but at the end of the day, I got a voice. It's fine for me to look at and say the truth is not an excuse. The truth is this man was off a layoff. Year layoff, no fight. Andre Ward during his layoff, since y'all want to compare Andre Ward, he used to say shit like, you know, that was my first one back. I wasn't great, but when I get in there and I keep getting fights, it's all gonna come to me like processing. I ain't even gonna be thinking about it. That's what Andre Ward used to say since y'all wanted to bring him up. But then he
stayed in the gym. He stayed in the gym.
Once again, the gym is not that ring, baby. That's the most important.
Guess what? Walters wasn't even in the gym. It don't matter if you still in the house.
I don't think
I still gotta get you to the gym. If I can't get you to the gym,
I don't think no man's gonna beat Lomachenko just being in the gym and not getting those fights in and being in that experience and knowing his stamina is
fight, man. Don't take the fight.
How you gonna tell him not to put food in his family's mouth? That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
You think this man got no food to put in his family's mouth?
I hope.
You think he got no food to put in his family's mouth?
This is what I hope Nicholas Walters done.
How many paydays has he had?
I promise you.
How many paydays has he had?
I hope
poor.
Nicholas Walters put his cousin in the betting
Nicholas
line
Walters is upper class in wherever he's at.
Look,
he ain't poor.
Look, to any boxer that gets fucked over the way I feel Nicholas Walters was, this is what I hope you do. The fans don't mind, because judging from this, they don't mind. I hope you get in that fucking betting line with your cousin. I hope you send your cousin and you send good $200,000 and you put on the outcome that you are going to make happen. Like getting yourself stopped, and you go live like a king on that money. How if the politics plays you, don't overcome it. Don't try to sign up and just say, hey, I wasn't good enough. Go bet against yourself and go live like a king, because that's all they care about. They care about the promoter's money. Now I'm gonna care about your money. There you have it.
He got paid $300,000 when back to Panama. He's gonna live like a king in Panama.
I don't care.
What are you making it seem like he ain't get paid no money?
What if he want to move to the States? What if he want to move to the States and get better training?
Guess what? Then he ain't a U.S. citizen, so I don't get them. He ain't American, so that's not my problem.
Lomachenko an American.
Right.
Lomachenko an American.
Where do you live?
So I don't care if he was American.
Where do you live? You're right. On top of that, you know what? I don't care where Lomachenko lives, because for $300,000, Lomachenko will be good too.
Hey,
he's made more money than I made in the last.
Hey, no. Del boy, 9-4. No, I'm not. I did ask him to quit because he wasn't bringing it. I asked him to spare me time. I don't condone quitting. I don't condone the boxer quitting, but when everything's stacked against you and you know it, and it ain't going in your favor, and you say, well, I can't beat y'all one way, I'm gonna beat y'all another way. I hope that man got into that damn betting line and got paid. That's all I can hope. I would hope Lomachenko did the same thing. I have no bias. I care about the best fights. You will learn that very soon. Very, very soon if you start giving me 50-50,
All
letting us
right.
call it down the
You know
line.
what? You know what? I think I'm done with this one. Point is, Walters needs to look for the future because his boxing career is not over, not even close. He's a young fighter. He
It
still
was
has a lot
over even if
of
he
things
won.
going for him.
Based
You can
on
always try.
what we seen prior, even if we won, it was going to be stagnated by politics. So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
I think it
he's
is
got a
over.
contract with Top Rank. He can go after the Sosa
Yeah,
fight again and get a
yeah,
belt.
that really helped. That really helped him. He had a contract prior.
He
That really
okay. He
helped
can
him.
go. Like I said, he can go to his contract problems are not my problems. He's got a contract with a Top
Yeah,
Rank.
but it's your
He
problem
can
if
go
you're a
ahead.
boxing fan and you're not seeing the best fighters in the ring.
Okay,
It's a
all
problem.
right. He
You a
can
boxing
go ahead
fan?
and
You a
get the
boxing fan,
Sosa
right?
rematch.
You a boxing fan?
Lomachenko don't know Lomachenko's options right now because he doesn't really. None of the people are going to fight him anyway. He can go
Anybody
for a
you want,
Vargas.
anybody that you want to fight. His
Walters can
next
probably get
move,
the fight again. Walters
his next
actually.
move is going to outprice Salido. Salido beat him. He won't give him even money to fight him again. And if he does, I
Well,
give him credit. If
Salido
he
lost.
doesn't,
Salido's got some other things he needs to
no,
deal
he
with
didn't
anyway,
lose.
right?
No, he didn't lose. He had a draw. He didn't lose.
He didn't
had
do
a draw.
enough. All right.
He had a draw.
He
He
got
had
the.
a
Well,
draw
guess what?
versus champ
Salido can
in
go
the
for that
fight of the year.
rematch. That was supposed to happen. I think already was supposed to be a rematch, right?
No,
So something.
no, it's not. It's not supposed to be a rematch. He's
I
supposed
thought
to
it
be
was supposed to be in
fighting me
talks.
on.
Okay, all right.
And
Well,
he's not going.
either
And
way,
Lomachenko's not going to offer
Lomachenko can
Salido
fight
money just like he
Vargas.
did before. He's not going to offer
Lomachenko can
Salido
fight
money just like he
Vargas.
did before.
Lomachenko can fight Vargas, and then of
No, I'll
course
price
Walters
yourself.
can
No,
fight
I'll price
Sosa, and most likely the winner can then fight again against
Y'all know
possibly
y'all know
Lomachenko
they sold the
again,
StubHub.
which
Okay,
probably could happen.
let me ask you this, Hakeem. They sold the StubHub out. Vargas sold the StubHub out, I think, twice in a row so far. So who's the A side when Lomachenko can't sell places out, basically? Who's the A side now in that?
It depends on what fight. If it's on a Mexican holiday, I mean, probably Vargas will be the
Why are
A
you talking
side,
about
right? I don't know. I
holidays?
mean, I don't give a damn to
Talking
be honest with you.
about holidays. What they got to do with anything? Talk the numbers.
What is that? What do you mean? What does that have to do? Holidays always have something to do with something. What are you talking about? Why do you think
God.
they only
Okay,
fight on
so
Mexican
Floyd,
and Puerto Rican holidays? What the hell are you talking about?
Rich Ortiz on the holiday. I'm like, you are.
I mean, we can, like this. It's like I said, it ain't my damn job to give a shit about who's
You
A side
trolling
and B
me,
side.
man.
You ask my
Trolling me.
opinion,
You
I give my
trolling me.
opinion. That's cool. But moving
Nick
forward,
Ryder,
as
he
a
trolling
boxing
me.
fan, I gotta look forward to what happens after this. Walters can go
No,
after Sosa in a
nobody
good
said
match that's
nobody said
worth
war money.
buying. Sosa
Nobody
has
said
now
war
got more
money.
experience. Walters now has gotten rid of Lomachenko, so we hopefully got some rust off. Maybe he can take an interim fight before he fights
And
Sosa.
now Walter's
Won't happen.
Walter's going to take less money for Sosa, who he actually beat. That's what should happen,
He
right?
can go fight against Sosa.
Let me
He can go
ask you though.
get
Let me ask
Sosa,
you that.
build
What
his
about
name
that?
back up
What
for
about that,
quitting.
Hakeem, is he supposed to take less money
What?
for Sosa? Is he supposed
I
to take
don't
less
give a
money?
damn. I don't care.
Oh, so you don't
I
care
don't
that
care.
fair fight? You don't care that fair deals make fair fights. Therefore, you can't be a fan. You can't really talk
He
boxing with
quit
people
on
who
his
really don't
stool.
know.
What do you want me to do for this man? He quit on the
Okay.
stool, bro. Stop making excuses.
I want
Quit
the
on the
man to be
stool.
active. I want the man to be active.
Okay, well, guess what? He has a chance to get his name back for quitting, which means he needs to go and take a pay cut. Because once you quit, you take a pay cut.
I agree, but
So
I agree he should
he
take
goes
it.
against
I
Sosa.
agree he should take it. I agree he should take it. But the reason he's
Then what are
taking it,
we
once again,
debating about?
boxing politics, fuck them, and it's still gonna fucking be for.
Well, guess what? This boxing hangout is not going to change the fact of what Aaron does when he's a millionaire and we're not
But we
millionaires.
don't have a voice, so we don't have a voice. We don't have a
That's
voice.
the truth. If you want to know the truth, yeah. Sorry, we don't.
We don't have a voice. We don't have a voice.
We don't. No, we do not.
Do.
How many people do you think we
We
talk
do,
to? We
and
don't
you
talk to
choose
millions of
not
people.
to. We do, and you choose not to. We do, and you choose
Well,
not to.
guess what? I'm sorry,
If we
but I
don't
got
have
other
a
things to
voice and we
do
do this,
instead
why
of
do you come?
screaming at
If we
promoters
don't
all
have a
day
voice,
long.
if we don't have a voice and you do this, why do you come? Why would you
Because
come?
I talk about boxing. Yeah, it's not my job to
Well,
talk about
I want to
promoters.
do something. I want to do something progressive.
I mean,
I
okay,
want to be on a
progressive, you can do
progressive
that.
hangout. I want to be on
You
a
could.
progressive hangout. I want to be
All
where
right, then
people
you
are
can have
progressive.
that all you want to, my friend.
Not have a
You can
disposition
do that.
not have a disposition to fairness in boxing. You have a disposition to fairness in boxing, which makes no fucking sense to me. And it breaks my heart.
Position is that I can't
It breaks
argue
my
over
heart.
promoters have always had a negative skew towards boxers. Where boxers have always gotten the short end of the stick. It's not going to change anytime
Okay,
soon
where's Al Heyman fighter
because
getting the
boxers
short
come
end?
from
Hold
poor
on,
areas
hold
where
on.
they
Where's
don't have
Al
much
Heyman
leverage.
fighters? Where's Al Heyman fighters getting the short end of the stick? Where?
Well, I
Where?
mean, you can go to Al Heyman, and I don't blame fighters
Where?
going to Al Heyman. I definitely
Where?
don't blame black fighters going to Al Heyman.
Okay,
Go get
okay,
your money.
okay. Therefore, you need to point the point to say, can y'all get like Al Heyman? I know Miguel Vasquez just came out and complained. I know that, but Miguel Vasquez has been given a shot. He lost his title in a shit fight with Bay. He lost. He didn't miss weight. He actually got in the ring, lost. He got another shot at Mendez for an IBF eliminator. He lost. He got Bonet. He didn't put on a good performance there neither. He can complain after all those losses, but Walters at 29-0, I think, can't complain that, hey man, my promoter won't treat me right, man. And people will talk about Miguel Vasquez complaints. Shit don't make no sense to me, man. That's not progressive.
Well, I mean, look towards the future. Walters can build his career back. Like I said, a win over Sosa is humongous right now. At least enough to where, like, you know what? Walters you could say, well, Walters quit, but he had a bad night. But guess what? He went in there and whooped Sosa's ass this time around. Knocked him the hell out. Guess what? His name shoots back up. And in a division where there ain't that many stars in it, his possibilities to fight Lomachenko come right back again. Where he will get that opportunity once again.
Hell, Kellerman even said that. Kellerman stated that almost verbatim.
Again, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, he said it. He almost said it verbatim what you just said, Hakeem. That said, when he literally said, when Walters comes back and knocks somebody out, we'll remember how good he is. He literally said that as Lomachenko was turning him like a turnstile.
Shit, Bradley got another chance 3 fucking times. If you don't have stars, Aram loves putting fights together in sequels. Aram is like the sequel promoter. He loves them.
I'm watching this turning, and it really ain't doing the trick. It's not it. He's beating him up standing in front of him. He's beating him up there. I'm watching the HD version for version.
I mean, he lost the fight and quit on the stool. Why?
I'm breaking down the fight. Daniel keep talking about the turning. He's not landing punches like he did on those bombs off his turns. He's not doing that. He's landing straight left hands while they are in range. While Walters is boxing with the boxer. His turning is really doing nothing. He's getting hit sometimes when he's doing the turning. He's wasted movement. He's giving up the footwork sometimes, but he's just being better with his hands. I don't get I'm trying to find the turnstile shit. I don't see it.
Okay, so who does Lomachenko fight next, do you think, Daniel, moving forward? I mean, do you think it's going to be a Vargas? Do you think, because I know it's not going to be Salido. 0 chance on Salido.
No, they're not going to pay the money that Salido wants because Salido earned that money. But
yeah, they're not going to pay him enough.
They're not going to pay him. No, I want Vargas because Vargas would turn that thing into a war. I don't agree with Scorsese where he's just going to try to outbox the boxer. No, Vargas knows what the fuck he's doing. Vargas is a younger version of Salido with better overall talent.
I don't see it. He can't be the man Salido is. That man is 20-something. That man is younger than Salido, and Salido showed him, I'm more of a man than you late. I think the war and the damage, he's tired of taking it. And that's why he's on that break right now.
Of course he's in a break right now because he just went through Miro and Salido. Yeah, it's okay for him to take a break.
Yeah, he needed a break.
It's okay for him to take a break.
Let's only hope that he will turn into a war, but I really don't see him doing it. I see him trying to box Steve Boxer.
No, dude, it's gonna happen because those two have I think those two can have animosity from the Olympics. Is the main reason why Gary Russell Jr. keeps talking about it, trying to get rematch Lomachenko, because he feels he wants to avenge something that didn't happen in the Olympics.
He also, there we go, Walters could fight Gary Russell.
Yeah, that's doubtful. Gary Russell wouldn't take the fight.
Here's why. It goes back to that mentality in boxing, right? People love to fight the same person to gauge to gauge if they should be able to fight the next individual after, right? So in our eyes, at least in my eyes, Russell should never fight Lomachenko again. He doesn't even deserve it with a belt. That's my mentality. But if he beats Walters, it's like, oh shit, maybe I should rethink Russell. Maybe that rematch is good now because they both fought. And Russell, I can say Russell did this better than Lomachenko did against Walters or so on and so forth. And guess what? I can sell that fight again. And they both have belts. That's even good. That's really good. There's Walter's career is far from over. I mean, shit. Ortiz got a fight with fucking Mayweather. There's always an opportunity to get Berto fought fucking Mayweather. Okay, there's always an opportunity for a fighter to bounce back and be able to get back on his feet. Like, it's not like he's burned forever. If Walters fights Sosa, finishes out his contract and bounces over to freaking Al Heyman, he'll get more money. I mean, you have to invest in yourself at some point in time.
My problem is not
Even Mayweather took some shitty pay cuts before he made a ton of fucking money.
My problem is not he's burned forever. He's just like quit burning.
He fought 18 times in like 2 years.
Quitting burning fighters, period, and let them fight and tell me who the best is. It's not that he's burned forever. Quit fucking him, period. That's all. That's a real boxer fan.
Yeah, but it's not. But Scorsese, it's not 100% just that. It makes that's why I keep asking, are you doing this 100%? Because it makes it sound like you're saying it's 100% Bob Arum's fault. He's completely fucking wrong. When a lot of the times, and actually, I'm going to ask you this, man. You mentioned shadow boxing. No, you just mentioned shadow boxing a bit earlier. I wanted to ask you this before this whole conversation get into it. Okay, you're talking about shadow boxing and expecting to fight. Is it your job? Is it your job? That's the thing. That's the difference. You're doing it as an exercise to get yourself in shape.
You don't know if you have a job.
For Walters,
you don't know if you have a job. You're going years without your promoting doing something for you.
No, but no,
you 500. How much money did he make 2 years ago? 500 fucking thousand. You should still have some fucking money being the fucking Panama.
I know these trainers cost. These trainers cost. All this costs, man. And they kept him.
Yes, the trainers cost, but you can do it yourself, dude. You can literally go to the gym. You can do what Hopkins does. He literally goes to the gym at 6 o'clock and
he have a gunshot in the foot from Bob Arum. Yes or no? Did he have a gunshot in the foot from Bob Arum at all? Just any? Yes or no? Did he even have a prick on the arm? No. He had protection. He had guidance. He had a cradling effect. But he stayed. A lot of people, we can give him credit for this. Some people that get cradled, they lose their fucking minds. They can't handle being cradled. They think they the big man. Lomachenko got cradled, and he stayed focused. I give him credit there. And if we're gonna shoot one man in the foot, I want to see another man.
But that goes back to my thing. It keeps sounding like you're 100% blaming Bob Arum when a lot of it is also on Walters himself.
He's a fucked up individual. Yes, I am blaming him. I'm giving him a lot of it. You sit one of your best fighters. Nicholas Walters is top 5. You did the same thing to Guillermo Rigondeaux. You sit them motherfuckers on the bench. I cannot quit looking past this. This was a pound for pound level fight, and they made a shit show of it. Thank you, Bob Arum. Fuck no. Fuck you, Bob Arum, for the night. That's how I'm going. That's how I'm rocking on this one.
I mean, how many times did Thurman get seated? How many times did Thurman have to be forced to sit down? How many times did this dude go through?
And Thurman complains about Al Heyman. He complains about Al Heyman.
How is he complaining when he got the big
And even worse, Thurman's at the peak of his career.
I ain't heard Thurman diss Al Heyman once. I heard.
That's
you know what I heard?
lie. That's a fucking
Dude,
lie.
please, man, no, it's out there. It's out there, Scorsese. He is not happy with Heyman because of the way Heyman scheduled his fights. And you want to mention that people talk about, oh, Al Heyman's doing the right thing. Al Heyman puts one. He does what you could accuse Bob Arum doing.
Right,
he does it en masse. He puts in one decent fight and then gives them long layoffs. That's what he's doing. Think about it. Think about this. For the Lord God, man.
Look,
Porter and Keith Thurman should fight at least 2 to 3 times a year, but no, they're fighting only once.
I never seen Keith Thurman cursing out Al Heyman. He was injured before he took one fight. He's done it to himself. He had remember the hematoma kept him out. Remember the injury, but didn't he have a rib injury before some fight? Before the what's the Puerto Rican? No, he's Mexican, Dominican. Damn.
Okay. I know you're talking. I know if I talk. No, he didn't have a rib injury. He came in
prior to those fights. Because I remember being on Boxing Voice and they saying, "Hey, he's not gonna come back to a great fight. He's getting Danny Garcia. He's getting fucking Sean Porter. He ain't got nothing to complain about. Let's talk about people who do got something to complain about. Vanes Monterosian got nothing to complain about. You got how many title shots, buddy? And you lost? Come on, man."
Oh no, Vanes is just throwing the same thing. Like I said, he's throwing the same thing that a lot of people are throwing at Heyman, which is You get one fight, and then you get a massive amount loads of inactivity. But that falls on them too. That's why I don't 100% blame Bob Arum for this, because Walters could have stayed. Like I said, you could. It's not even just paying trainers just to do program. Just stay in the gym and just instead of partying all the time.
I don't know if he was partying all the time. I don't know if he was training. We don't know. We don't know. All
Dude,
I know is a man haven't been active. A man had no motivation. Man, look. Say what you want. Tell a fighter be there for a year, be motivated, but tell the next fighter that too. Make the next fighter do it. Don't bring that fighter back with the only offer that he had was Lomachenko. That's the only offer they had. They didn't say, "Hey, would you like to fight on the undercard of Lomachenko and make a little money and then stay active? And if you win," no, they didn't cradle him, coddle him.
No,
They didn't give him
no,
no
they
love.
didn't, because Walters wanted this fight. He wanted this fight.
No, I'm not. I don't think he wanted to come back with a year layoff just to make complaints about it. I think it's the only one he could get, and he said, "Now give it to me now." And
No,
that's all
he wanted this. He wanted this fight 8 months ago.
He said it in the press conference 8 months ago. Yeah, a year layoff? Fuck no. He just said in the press conference, we couldn't get no fight. We couldn't get fight. So when they said, "Do you want to fight?" I said, "Yeah, I take the fight."
Yeah, no, because and remember,
I can't do
I
this.
remember,
Y'all know nobody wants to fight. I can't do this now. I gotta cook dinner or something, man. I got to go. My blood pressure up from boxing, pissing me off. Fans are fine with promoters doing these fighters dirty. We don't take into account that our fighters are warriors. They the heroes of the sport. We let Bob Arum, we let Al Heyman come out our mouth more than we talk about the fighters. And it's disgusting. I would talk about this some other time. Hope Hakeem come on here, but I just can't do it no more. This fight I was supposed to be able to watch for 5 years, rematching it. I mean, just replaying it over and over again, getting to watch this shit. But I would never watch the fight again, likely, except for the time right now. And thank you, boxing, for that. Thank you, boxing politics. Thank you, fans who told the politicians that it's okay to be the stars of the sport. And with that, Scorsese's out. I don't know how much longer I can stay around, because this is boxing death right here. That's all I see.
oh Jesus, man.
That's Scorsese and Hakeem win as well, man. Well, that's
Yeah.
the No Man's Talk between Daniel, Hakeem,
Whew.
Spencer, Fearon, PMC, Boxing, Chris Caban. And that's it, man. Beast's hangout is probably about to start now. The No Man's Talk is over and concluded. And to be fair, man, I think Scorsese, represented pretty well, gave some good points, shows the hardship in boxing. But you know how boxing is, no one cares. All we care about is the winners. We don't care about the losers. And that's the way things are. And it's always going to be in boxing. On that, you guys enjoy your Sunday. Subscribe. Daniel, tell them when your radio station, when you're doing a podcast.
I'm probably gonna do it either tonight or tomorrow, which are fast. It depends on their schedule. But yeah, we're definitely gonna go ad nauseum over this, because like I said, part of me, I get Scorsese's argument, but it keeps making it sound like he's 100% blaming the promoters, when a lot of it, it's also on Walters himself.
There you go.
Because
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, because at the end of the day, he's the one that quit.
That's it, man. That's the way it is, man. Well, you guys, man, hope you guys enjoyed the debate, and we'll catch you next one. Peace.